Y'all know what it is. MZ Talks Boxing.
Let me make this abundantly clear. We talk about boxing here. My opinion is winning, but if you ain't feeling the good on your boxing, yeah. This mental headshot sting. So do these body blows that I bring. You wanted the big step to the ring. Let's go to the toe to the final bell ring. MZ Talks Boxing. Yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We on? I can't tell. Somebody show me something. We on. All right, let's get stretching. Oh, whew, get the week's work off my back. Yeah. I'm gonna stretch it in. Let's get set up and get ready. Let's discuss the facts. Facts and not feelings. People made bets with feelings. Lost money. Yeah, what can I say? They made mistakes. You know, Ryan Garcia with that dumbass $20,000 bet with Earl Spence. What made him do that? Who knows? But let me put this up on the screen first of all. Yeah, we need to have that up there so people can see the champions deemed as undisputed in the 4-belt era. There's the post right there. You know, now I know people are gonna say, "Well, that's from Showtime, PBC." That's the list though. You can go to BoxRec. Those are the guys right there. Where do you see Teofimo Lopez or George Kambosos? You don't. Bunch of crap. Bunch of smoke and mirrors. And you know, it's sad that the number one sports leader channel, ESPN, chose or is choosing to defraud the public with fake information, with bad information by making a list with Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos on there. Which was strange because I don't remember seeing Lomachenko's name on there. Maybe I overread it because I was so shocked from seeing Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos' names on there that I just missed his. But either way, let's keep it real. Those guys should not be on that list. It's ludicrous for them to be on the list and to hear polymarginality, or however you say his name, to hear him give an explanation of why he wasn't giving Devin Haney credit for being champion, and he had a fake belt. It sounds so stupid. And anybody that follows that logic, in my opinion, you're just tripping and you following through. Now I can understand some of the things he might have tried to say was going on with the belts, but as we all know, Devin Haney is undisputed champion at 135 pounds. No one can take that claim from him. Not Tank, not Shakur, nobody. They literally have to get in the ring and face the man. Excuse me. Does George Kambosos deserve a rematch? He got whooped so bad that people are saying, no, he doesn't deserve a rematch. He didn't show anything. But I say, hey, let Devin go ahead and make that easy money. Make the easy money, Devin, because at this moment right now, I don't think there's anybody poised to challenge him. So go ahead and whoop Kambosos again. And if they want to throw Lomachenko out there, whoop him. But make Lomachenko wait to the third fight like he should. Don't let him come in and leapfrog or anything like that. Get your money, Devin. Even though I know that the contract, a lot of people said it wasn't a good contract. Do what you need to do, young man, and start solidifying yourself. Now, I was listening to Marginality on the podcast with Roy Jones and Tony Tarver. And on the cool, he was like, "Oh yeah, he should go ahead and do the rematch." But it almost sounds like, he's campaigning for Devin to hurry up and leave 135 pounds. Talking about, I don't see what's the reason to fight Lomachenko. He should just leave. But if he just leaves and leaves the 135 pound division with Lomachenko still on the table, that'll give people grounds and room to try to poke holes at his legacy again. They'll be saying, "Oh, he didn't fight Lomo. He didn't want to fight Lomo. He ran from 135." And what I'm saying now is all speculation. None of this stuff is true, except that he's set up to fight Kambosos again, which many of us don't believe that Kambosos deserves another shot. The man really, literally got his ass whooped by a jab. An educated jab kept him off balance and resetting all night. He was too slow. When he did swing, a lot of times Devin was ducking under or stepping out of the way. And you looking bad when you're swinging and you're off balance and you're falling all between the ropes and things like that. That just doesn't make sense at all. It makes you look totally terrible. Salute to Trey X. What's up, my brother? How you doing today? Glad to see you coming through. Just sitting here cooking it. Oh, shoot. I forgot to leave a link again. But as I was saying, it just looked bad. But I say, Devin, go ahead and do what you're supposed to do. Handle up this contract with with Top Rank, and go ahead and whoop Kambosos again. They give you Lomachenko. Go ahead and whoop him. And then the only thing left to do is what you want to. You've been protected the belt at least twice. And the way they try to make it seem, you'll be protected it. If you whoop Lomachenko, you'll be protected it against the so-called best 135 pounder that ESPN and the rest of the world tried to make him be. You'll run through him like ish through a goose. And what can anybody say except congratulations? Now I'm hearing that, or I'm seeing that Mike Coppinger, he had a nerve to put a report out saying that Inoue, since he beat Donaire, Inoue is now pound for pound #1 fighter in the world. Get out of here with that. Salute to Gil Coles. He says salute OG, and I say salute right back. Glad to see you in the house and handling business. We're going to keep on cooking on Devin being undisputed. And the ESPN, which I'm still tripping. I'm still real. And my mind is still trying to wrap around the fact that they put up a list and made it seem like, to me, it almost kind of tried to tarnish Devin's greatness, which is uncool. That's weak. Weak all the way around. Max Kellerman doesn't want to give the man his flowers. He calling him, oh, now he's the real lightweight champ. No, Max. No, he's the undisputed lightweight champion. Give that man his full respect. Give him his flowers. Let it be known that he's better than everybody that the establishment thought he wouldn't be better than. The establishment thought he lacked heart. He went out there and showed that. Paulie Maldonado wanted to say he lacked ring generalship and would put himself in a situation where he would get hurt. And no, he didn't. He put a jab in Kambosos' face. He pivoted on Kambosos. He turned Kambosos, and he just had Kambosos looking stupid. So, like I said, he was out there swinging all extra hard and just couldn't catch up and do what he needed to do. Devin was, in my opinion, 2-3 steps ahead of the man, and the man just looked bad. The 300 Spartan thing or 301, whatever nonsense he was talking, him being the emperor, king, ruler, whatever title he tried to give himself, to me, like I said, he was looking like he was trying to convince somebody, and it looked like he was trying to convince himself. And now I'm convinced that he was trying to convince himself after Devin watched him. I didn't give Kambosos one round. Now, some people might have gave him a round, and if you gave him a round and you feel comfortable with that, hey, what can I say? You did what you did. But in my opinion, he didn't win one round in that fight. And listening to my brother Trey X call it was that much better because the dudes on ESPN, the guy that was supposed to have been doing the blow for blow, he really disappeared in that fight. Timothy Bradley, you heard his voice more than you heard the guy that was literally supposed to have been doing the blow by blow, which is terrible, and which also points out to the fact that who are you voting for? You shouldn't have been. You should be at the fight being as non-biased as you possibly can. You're supposed to just be calling out the punches, the blow for blow. How did you mess your job up that night? Can somebody explain it to me? The shocking effort that this man just got set out there and couldn't do his job. They need to have a contest and let us see then people that we think should be able to do a blow by blow and vote for him to call at least one fight on ESPN. I already know who my vote will go in for. I don't know who you guys will vote for, but I will vote for the guy that I listen to with all the fights. That's who I'll put in. So, as we wait for things to build up, and I complain about the fact that I don't believe Devin Haney is getting the respect that he deserves. Respect that man and give him his respect. I put this up here: undisputed male champions in the 4-belt era. You see Bernard Hopkins in 2004, Jermaine Taylor in 2005, Terrence Crawford in 2017, Usyk 2018, Taylor Gang 2021, Canelo Alvarez, flawed as it could be, 2021, and Jamil Charlo, who knocked out Castano, 2022. The name that should be right after that is Devin Haney. Gil Coles, great question. Gil Coles says, why Haney ain't on that list? Was this before the fight? Yes, Gil, this is showing who the Undisputed Champions are. This is showing who the Undisputed Champions are. This is not the fraudulent list that ESPN threw up on more than one occasion, I must add. On more than one occasion did they throw up a list during the telecast of that fight claiming that Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos was part of this sorority, fraternity. And as you can see, who the players of the fraternity are, and Josh Taylor, and not Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez, and George Kambosos' names aren't on there, and nor do they deserve to be on there. And I'm waiting for ESPN and Paulie to come through and let us know how in the world you can claim that they are. Jimmy, welcome to the show tonight, Jimmy. I hope you hit that thumbs up. Appreciate you coming through. Jimmy said, in a way, we'll be on that list within 6 months. Monster going for the last belt next. Hey, and his name will be deserved to be on there if he goes through and collects all the belts like he's supposed to. He didn't have to do all this franchise dancing. You know, the complaint is the guys in the 135 division that tried to use the franchise belt as a springboard to claim that they were undisputed. Even Canelo didn't try to go that route. You know what I'm saying? He used the belt for what it was for, and that was to duck. Oh, excuse me. That was for him to not face mandatories and things like that. Let them tell it. It was for him to chase the big fights. Well, after he got his hands on the franchise belt, did we see him? Have we seen him attempt to make a big fight or even be in a big fight? No, we have not. So, because of that, we had this big scuffle and miscommunication and misunderstanding with what's going on with the franchise belt. Now, true fans got an understanding about it and knew what was going on, but the others didn't. Jimmy said it's tough because the WBC was saying the franchise belt was the biggest title. Like the WBA super belt, it confused fans, boxers, and media. No, Jimmy, when he first created that belt, what he said was that belt was for to represent what a boxer had did for boxing. You know, the great things that they did for boxing. And you know, he could have got away with that, giving that to Canelo. But giving it to Lomachenko and then coming out saying that these guys petitioned for this belt, it wasn't just bestowed upon them. This was a belt that they asked for. And let's just go ahead to the 135-pound guys and see which one of them used that belt, the franchise title, to try to connect themselves to a super fight or a mega fight. They didn't. The only thing they did was avoid the guy with the WBC belt, the one that had claim to the title. And none of them were called undisputed. None of them has reached that echelon. So I can't put them up there at the top. I do understand the reasoning and what they said that belt was for, but in order for that belt to be that, it should be used that way. You know, so the only thing I seen come out of the franchise belt at 135 is that, like Canelo, Lomachenko lost the WBC belt. They stripped him of it. That's what really happened. You take the franchise belt, you're stripped of the WBC belt. The belt was not supposed to be transferable or anything like that. So with that being said, what can you say? Jimmy says, Loma used the franchise to unify with Lopez for Undisputed and didn't have to fight a basic contender in Haney. Okay, I see. Well, if Haney was a basic contender, then only way Haney is undisputed, he has what? Not 4 belts, but 5. So Lomachenko and Lopez wasn't really a super belt, and it wasn't for undisputed. Come on now, if you're gonna come in here with what the real deal is, because now you're saying Devin Haney is undisputed because he has 5 belts. Well, either way, whether people want to give him his flowers or not, Devin Haney is undisputed with the original WBC belt and the franchise WBC belt. So now that one champion holds them, let's see if Suleiman or anyone else says, "Oh, he's the franchise champion now." Because it's my opinion, and I wish he would say, "Look, the franchise belt started off as a fluke. Let's go ahead and kill it and put it back in the box where it belongs." He said he's ready to take on all comers. I'm excited to see that take place. I can't wait. If Tank wants some, let Tank get some. Whoever wants some, let him get some. I don't think that Devin is scared to fight any of the guys. At least I hope not, because I roll with him for him to get these belts. And I love Tank. I love Shakur Stevenson. That's the baby world beater. I can't actually say who I would think would win when depending on who you bring up against Devin to fight. But I would sit down and enjoy myself and try to figure it out. And sit back and just try to figure out pick and see what's going on. Gil Cole says, Paul Butler holding that WBO belt. In a way, about to strong arm rob that boy. Well, we'll see, because from what I understand, he went on and took care of Donaire with no problems, which puts him in the conversation to be ready to be called another undisputed champion, and that would give us what, 9, 10? That would let me see what we got. 8 now with Devin. That would in a way would make 9. So yeah, I could see that. But I will not ever, unless they actually win, I will not ever give Kambosos or Teofimo Lopez status of undisputed. I just can't do that. I will never fix my tongue to say that that's what they were when they weren't. Simple as that. Trey X says this is the 4-belt era, not the 5-belt era. EFF, that franchise belt. And I do know what you mean when you say that about the franchise belt. That's the way I feel about it, Trey. It doesn't take 5 belts to be undisputed. It takes 4. 4 real belts. 4 real belts. Let's say that, because the president of the WBC has come out on more than one occasion and said that the franchise belt is a destination. It is not a true championship. It was not until later when Lomachenko lost to Lopez, only after, let's make sure that we put this clear, only after saying that Lopez and his team petitioned to win the belt from Lomachenko. And that sounds like me premeditated, let's not have to fight Devin Haney. Now, people might say Devin don't have pop in his gloves, in his punches. They might say a lot of crazy things about Devin, but what we do recognize is they ain't running through him. Kambosos didn't run through him, even though he was saying after the fight, and his face was all dotted up by that jab, that well-timed jab, that jab that made him reset all night. He didn't run through those punches to try to knock Devin out. We did not see that. We did not see him turn into some miniature Greek Hulk and start putting hands on Devin. That did not happen. Y'all excuse me for a second. I have to breathe deep and re-woosah so I can get myself back together. But yeah, I agree with you 100%, Trey. This is the 4-belt era and not the 5-belt era. And how dare ESPN try to do Devin like that by trying to make it seem like it didn't happen so many times in the 135 division. 35-pound division is like, Devin won it. He finally got there. Nah, he did something heckified. He went and got all the belts. He earned the WBC, and I'm gonna say earned it because a guy didn't want to fight him, so he gave that belt up. Same way Canelo did. No matter how you try to rewrite the history of it, no matter how you try to look at it, no matter how you break it down, the truth comes out that in order to be undisputed as far as the people who really count, the ones who keep the records, they say the franchise belt don't count. I say the franchise belt don't count. And those that's heard about it, I'm sorry that you heard about it, but it is what it is. The guy from 300 fell again, just like in the movie. He just didn't take a whole bunch of spears to the body, but he took a bunch of jabs to the face. And the way I was seeing it and hearing it, he was eating jabs left and right, catching right hands when Devin wanted to throw them to him. Devin pretty much, in my opinion, Devin pitched the shutout fight. I didn't give Kambosos any round. I watched the fight and I listened to the fight. I listened to what Trey was calling, but I was watching, and I just didn't see Kambosos do enough or anything to win that fight. And then he makes a claim after the fight that he had Devin hurt. I felt like when I hit him to the body and I hit him to the head, I hurt him every time. But he didn't hurt me. Well, if he didn't hurt you, why didn't you run your ass on in there, get past that jab, and make this conversation have been a different conversation? If they fight again, if they fight 20 more times, 20, I'm putting my money on Devin all 20 times. That's how confident I am in Devin over Kambosos I am. I was riding with Devin. I didn't see any fear in Devin. I love the way he handled himself from beginning to end. He stayed focused. He stayed positive. He stayed confident. And as an athlete, he showed what he needed to do. He went over in Kambosos' backyard, something that Kambosos had been bragging on and loving to say, I'm going in guys' backyards and taking the belts from them. And that's exactly what happened to him. Whether he learned this lesson about being disrespectful throughout the fight, throughout the build-up of the fight, he did what he did to sell tickets. I can never be mad at a fighter for doing what they say to sell tickets. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me right now, but let's go ahead and remember when Muhammad Ali was selling tickets, trying to sell the fight against Joe Frazier. Let us not forget, did he call Joe Frazier a monkey? Yes, he did. He brought out a little a little gorilla doll that he beat up on national TV. He really drug Joe Frazier through the mud. And he came out and he let it be known later down the line in years in an interview I heard him speaking in before that it was just to sell tickets. Now, as harsh as things have been said, and a lot of people love Ali. No one, I don't think nobody will argue with me and say that they didn't cut for Ali or don't cut for Ali as a fighter. And if you could respect him and cut for him as a fighter in those terms, then I'm sure you know about him calling Joe Frazier ugly, he's a gorilla, all that kind of stuff. And Joe was hurt by that because, Joe also came out and let it be known that hurt him. So some of the banter and things like that you heard Kambosos say, yeah, I can kind of let him get away with it. But some things, as many of us had said, was borderline on some things that pressed the right buttons. It pressed the buttons for fans. It pressed the buttons for people close to the fighters and things like that. But Devin, must I give him all the credit that I can? Devin persevered that. He saw through that. He didn't let that bother him. He didn't let the boy bother him, this kid, any of that bother him. Even when Kambosos was lying to as many cameras that were watching him and many microphones that were recording, that he made this happen. And he did make it happen. He made it happen because if he didn't go and whoop Teofimo Lopez, who knows where we would be right now when it comes to Devin Haney, undisputed, and who would be fighting. Even though he took the long route and tried to fight everybody but Devin, we end up getting here. But he was forced to do it. We all know that he was forced to do it. He was stuck in the situation, and that is what it is. The true 135 undisputed champion of the world, Devin Haney, is back in, I believe he's back in the States now. He should be like the hottest athlete running around in boxing as far as undisputed. Next thing I want to bring up is Jamal Charlo. Sounds like, I think, from what I'm understanding, I found out that I'm hearing reports that he has a back injury. And he will not be having his fight that was supposed to be coming up until further notice. What's up, big bro? We got Maestro in the house, a.k.a. Texas Timbo, saying salute, family. What happened to Jimmy? Give a code. You're going to have to bring that one back to me. I missed that. What happened to Jimmy? You mean Jimmy Butler? Because I thought he was been out of it. So which Jimmy you talking about? Where was I? Lost my train of thought there for a minute. This gas. Jamal Charlo won't be having this fight, so we'll be waiting a little longer to see him fight. With things coming up. Who else got it coming up? Oh, I got to go ahead and jump on this situation. Now, things have gotten quiet when it came to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, and then things are starting to get a little choppy in the water. I'm starting to hear reports that Terrence Crawford is holding up things. He hasn't signed the paperwork for the fight. I don't know what the agreements are. I don't care what the agreements are. I don't know what the splits are or anything like that. I just want to know what the heck is taking so long for this fight. Now, Errol Spence has come out more than once and said he is taking care of his part of the deal. He's just waiting on Crawford. Can anyone tell me what is going on? Why are we still waiting for an announcement? Now, I heard some people saying that they close to some of the camps and the fights may be taking place in October, which is cool by me. It could take place in September. I just want to know what the problem is. Now, I'm hearing one side saying that they're ready to go. It's the other side that seems to be holding up. Now, I'm gonna be honest and call it like I see it. If you make videos out in the water saying that you're looking for the big fish, and where your punk ass at, and come on, let's get it on. What's a fish to a goat? All this, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm saying. If you can do all that, what is the holdup with this undisputed fight? What is taking so long? I don't want to hear about the splits or anything like that. I really don't care. I just want to know, Terrence Crawford, can we get the fight? Because I would hate to lose this fight because the machines say they tired of waiting, and dare I say Keith Thurman end up in the mix. or they try to throw boots in there, or stand on or somebody like that. I'm just spitballing here. Going through some things, trying to figure out what it could be. Gil Cole say, what's a fish to a flute, though? I don't know. What's a flute to a fish? That's a good question either way. But you can tell me what's a fish to a flute besides some good, what's the word that I'm trying to say? Some good sushi while somebody plays a melodic tone over the flute, giving you good dinner ambiance. Maybe that's what you mean. And I'm willing to see Keith in the background, playing his flute, doing his thing, giving ambiance to my night as I eat steak and sushi. But won't be nobody eating no sushi that night. Well, what we'll be getting ate is some crow nuggets, crow barbecue. I think they can make some sushi crow. It won't probably be all that appetizing, but I'm sure they can get it done. I'm just saying, to all my Crawford fans, and I like Crawford, but y'all heard me say I'm putting the line down the road. I'm taking one side against the other every time I bring them up. What the hell going on? I know there's some Crawford fans that's within earshot of my voice. Let me know what's going on, because this right now is not being a good look. Earl Spence had a car accident, and people hurry up and start saying, oh, he needs to hurry up and do something. Shit, get off the pot. Having an accident wasn't a good look. Okay, well, ain't nothing happened to Terrence, except once Earl stood up in the middle of the ring and say, I want Crawford belts. I'm coming for your shit next. Everything changed. The landscape, the banter between fans. I tried to keep it up, but even the Crawford fans, they don't even want to meet me halfway and talk noise. It's almost like he called them and said, "Look, don't say nothing right now. My wrist hurt, and I got an ingrown toenail, so I'm not gonna be able to sign this contract quite yet." Y'all know I'm just messing. Crawford is an awesome fighter. I'm just bringing up the fact that we've been waiting for this man to say something for a minute, and now all of a sudden all we're getting is crickets. That's all we get. And if I'm lying, I'm flying, and I can't fly. I ain't got no wings to push me through anywhere. So once again, I'm leaving this undisputed male champion up there. Devin's name is not up there, but you all know that Devin's name goes after Jamil Charlos. There's no other name as far as male fighters, undisputed, whose name should be on this list other than Devin Haney. I love the way I like the way Bill Haney stood in the ring with his son and asked them, and let them know, shoot, we respected y'all, and y'all started their disrespect. But I'm gonna start digging into the wound of this. I'm gonna start peeling the scab off, and I know a lot of times people don't want to hear it, but the truth is the truth. Ryan Garcia, I don't know if he let the fact that cameras was in front of him make him write a check that his ass didn't really want to cash for $20,000 betting Earl, but I'm thinking he bet in hopes that Rolly could stop Tank. Because if Rolly could have stopped Tank, then Ryan could have hurried up and ran to Twitter and said, see, if that had been me, I would have whooped him even that much worse than Rolly. I also think Ryan might be a little weary of Rolly from the way Rolly was putting hands on him in the sparring session that they had. I think Teofimo Lopez and Rolly rolled together in hopes that they were going to run through the 135-pound division, and I believe Tio is at 140 now, and he's trying to call on. I think he said Devin. He want Devin at 140. Well, wait till Devin get to 140, because right now you need to respect Devin's name and call him the undisputed king, Mr. Takeover. You so much of a takeover, you didn't even attempt to fight Kambosos and get your doggone belts back. What kind of takeover is that? How is that even close to a takeover? It's not. That's more like a move over and give it up. Give it up and move over. That's more what it is. It's T.O. to give it up and move over kind of guy. That's what he is. Move your ass over to 140 and stop calling out these other names until they're ready to deal with you. It says right here from Gil Cole, EJ might as well fight Keith. Easy in-house fight, quick payday, and then we can get Keith and Bud for Undisputed. I don't know why I started reading that, but I knew messing with Gil Coles and me reading it, and I have to be real and go ahead and read it all the way through, that he was going to walk me down the street of saying Keith and Earl, and he was going to slide in some kind of way to make Keith beat Earl so him and Bud could fight. But that ain't going to happen. I'm sorry, Gil, that's just not going to happen. What's going to happen is if they decide to make the in-house fight and an easy payday for Earl, and Earl punched Keith ribs through his back, then him and Bud can go and get it on. But I think because of the fact that he done pushed in Ugas's face like he did, and Ugas looked good at the fight. Y'all saw him. I saw him. He looked like he healed up quite nicely. Earl gonna be the man. So yeah, Gil, I feel you walk me down that road. It's kind of like the way Tank did Rolly. You walked me right into that one. Dropped me, had me falling all through the ropes. Do I got a picture of that? Let me see. Let me not tease Rolly like that. Let me keep it real. Let me keep it situated and copacetic. Trey X say, yep, Ryan bet because Rolly got on him in sparring. See? Somebody who also saw the sparring. Rolly was punching Ryan all in his grill. And they had the headgear on and stuff. And Ryan was trying to get on a moped, not just a regular bike. He was trying to get on the moped with an engine, riding around the ring, trying to get away from this boy, trying not to get his face bashed in. So, I think that's the group right there. You had Ryan, Rolly, T.O., and if you see Ryan and the rest of those T.O. and Rolly, when you see them conversing with each other, they kind of treated Ryan like he was the little cousin that they never really see that much. They kind of treated him like that. But they talked a lot of noise to Tank and Devin. They didn't really mess with Secure that much. They messed with him a little bit, but not as much as they was throwing rocks at Tank and Devin. And in my mind, my heart, I think they were looking at each other, figuring out which one of them was going to go out there and make it shake. And when they realized that Ryan ain't going to make nothing shake, nothing at all, they realized then that it was up to them. And T.O. showed you how he felt about it. He realized it was up to him so bad till he literally went in another direction and went and found a way to not fight Devin by fighting George Kambosos. That's what happened. Out of Ryan, T.O., and Rolly, I have to give Rolly the heart of a champion when it comes to him and those two guys, because Rolly is the only one that believed enough in himself to actually keep talking noise, throwing rocks at Tank, and go out there and say, look, man, I'm going to knock this man out in the first round. Some of the stuff I couldn't really understand he was saying because his accent and he kind of thick tongue, or maybe I just be hearing it that way. But the dude is hilarious, but he did carry through. So I give Rolly, at least I say Rolly got some warrior in his blood, much more than T.O. and Ryan. That's just me. That from the way things unfolded and seeing how everything went down, Rolly, by far, in my opinion, Rolly might be the tougher out of the three. Simple and plain. He got the heart. He at least went and faced one of those three guys that I named out of Tank, Devin, and Shakur. And I wouldn't even put Shakur in there right now because I don't think he's really aiming for those guys. I think he's trying to become undisputed at 130, which would be a beautiful picture. That would be great. Great. And I'm sure that the title didn't miss you guys when I say 8 undisputed champions. 5 of whom are, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know how I feel. 5 of them look like me. got the beautiful golden skin like I do and everything. Let's keep it real. They tried to fake us and throw two saltines on the list, but we just not gonna have that. We gonna make sure that we start sticking it out and ride with our fighters like we supposed to. Big E said, I thought Keith was in 5th place. He got work to do to get a fight like that. Huh? Well, I wouldn't say he in 5th place, bro. But right now, because it's taking us so long to hear from Crawford or hear a feeble, a viable answer and get some kind of understanding, dude, are they lowballing you to the point where you don't want to get? Are they offering you $50 for the fight? Talk to us. Let us know so we can make noise as the fans and say, dude, come on, PBC, Earl, let's get this fight done. What Crawford asking for? I ain't gonna say that Earl should give up the farm, and I'm surely not gonna say he should take a deal or anything like what Devin had to take. But at the same note, y'all, I'm sure y'all guys can make this happen. Let's make this happen. Y'all slowing down the pace of Undisputed. We need to get another Undisputed. And I want to say this, just to throw it out there. When it comes down to us watching fights and listening to the establishment, y'all don't forget to hit the like button. Listen to that establishment. Make sure you listen to that establishment. Hit that like button. But to me, it just seems to me, they're trying to keep that list nice and even. Devin Haney's name I haven't seen his name appear on any pound for pound list, but I did hear Roy Jones Jr., the champion that come out of, was it Pensacola, Florida? The man with the long arms and the hellified athleticism who used to put his hands behind his back and knock people out. That Roy Jones Jr.? Yes, that Roy Jones Jr. said Devin Haney is now on his top 10. His top 10 pound for pound list. He didn't say what number Devin was, but hey, he's cracked the list. And I know it's just a popularity contest. And if you're gonna bring up the fact that you talking about Undisputed, at least talk about it and have some skills to show. Don't just throw a person on there just because. Don't just lie just to fulfill your list. I don't know what y'all sipping on out there, but I'm sipping on something quite lovely. Let me know what you got in your gas tanks. And hit me up in the comment section as we keep rolling on. Is Keith the next fight after Spence and Bud? Big E answers that question. No, big bro, I do not think Keith is the fight after Spence and Bud. Unless the scenario goes something, I don't see Keith having a shot at all. He might could have one with Earl. But remember, we were talking about hoping that they stay. And since Earl is talking about moving up, Keith might not get to face Earl Spence unless he moves up to 154 pounds. Or something real drastic happens that'll make him have to face Earl Spence at 147. But right now, looking at things, I really don't see how Keith can wedge himself into that situation to vie for those titles again. Unless Earl and Terrence can't get it together and Earl leaves and vacates the belts. Then Keith can get his hands on the belt or more than one belt and make a run for it himself. If Crawford wins, Crawford I don't know how serious true it is or how willing I am to believe that if he wins Undisputed at 147 pounds, that he's ready to hurry up and put on another 7 pounds and go up to 154. I don't know what Crawford's walk-around weight is, but I know it can't be that much because the guy come from such a small weight class when he started. I think he started off at 130, was it, guys? If I'm wrong, please tell me. If it wasn't 130, was it lower? But I know he was down in that weight class. So coming up, I don't know if he'll hurry up and go to 154 to be trying to face. It's a lot of good fights at 154. When you think of 154, you just can't think of Charlo because he got all the belts. Because you got the guy Castano who he fought to get the belt. What is it? Is Rosario still running around? One of the guys that also held the belts. You got the super giant drink of water. Sebastian Fedora. We know he's lurking around at 154. It's quite a bit, 154 pounders. And I love Earl. He's my favorite 147-pound fighter. When we move to 154, he's got to go through the gauntlet and show me what he's going to look like at 154. I want to be one of the first people to say he'll still be one of my favorite fighters, but I can't say if he'll be my favorite 154-pound fighter until I get to see him go up there and do work. So right now, that's how I look at it. When you move up to another weight class, you got to show me what you got. I can't just rank you like blindly like a lot of the Terrence Crawford fans did for him when he moved up. They just blindly said, "Hey, this dude is better than everybody else." When he got to 147, I literally did not see that. I said he was good. I say he is good, but with the crop that he was coming up in and the crop that Earl was trying to crack through, yeah, I think Terrence could have held his own in there, could hold his own in there, can hold his own in there. But I don't think, let me clear my throat and make sure my nose is clear. Do I sound nasally? I don't think that Terrence Bud Crawford will beat Earl Spence Jr. when and if they face off. Seriously. Now, with that being said, we say Ernest Davis, former unified WBA, WBC superstar boxer Keith Thurman. Keith, one-time Thurman, number 3 in the WBC at 147. And I liked how you wrote all that up so eloquently, Mr. Gil Coles. But moving right along. He said, seriously, though, I want to see Keith fight Boots. Oh, my goodness. You would put Keith in there with Boots right now? And you know what? I would ride with you. I can't say who I would put my money on or who I would say would win, but I would say starting off right out the gate, I would have to have the scale tilted a little bit toward Keith for the simple reason Keith has been in a few championship fights and Boots has not been in any. Keith has been to the end of some fights, where he had to fight the whole fight. And we've seen Keith go through some adversity. We've seen Keith get hurt. And Keith showed that championship hard by not going down. I don't know if Boots has all that. Like I said, Boots has passed the eye test. He's fast. He's strong. He looks like he's skillful. But we don't know, like a lot of guys like to say, we don't know how well Boots will come through if he have adversity or anything like that. If he get knocked down, will he get up? If he gets hurt, like we've seen Keith get hurt, would he be able to mask that? Would he be able to keep his poker face on and not let anybody know that he's hurt? So we just have to see. We have to see. Trey X say, out with the old and in with the new. I'd rather see Boots get a shot than Thurman. Okay, now, like I said, I don't see any way that I could honestly say that Keith earns a spot to fight for the belts. Now, Boots, seeing that he is one of those guys that's coming up the ladder, I can see him slide into a position to fight for one of the belts a little quicker than Keith. And because, like you said, out with the old and in with the new. Keith put himself kind of in like dead man's land, by being a prima donna. And I'm sure everybody can agree with me. He was kind of being a prima donna and a diva in the part when we were seeing Earl trying to make his run for the belt. And it wasn't just Keith by himself. Danny Garcia had some diva ways. Sean Porter was having some diva ways. Sean Porter was damn near going through a point in his life where I thought he was kind of losing his mind, saying that the Earl hated him, was jealous of him and all kind of stuff. I don't know where that was coming from. So, yeah, I could see Boots trying to get a shot. I could see Boots getting a shot. I don't know how that would turn out because with Crawford, we've seen Crawford get knocked down, even though he said he wasn't hurt. We've seen Earl get his bell rung before, but they both handled it quite well. Boots has to show us that if he can handle that kind of thing. it took us a long time to ever see Floyd get cracked. But when we saw him finally really get cracked, I think the question was answered. Hey, this man got championship metal running through his body from head to toe. And if Boots has that, then he's going to be a great champion when he finally gets his hands on a belt or two or three or possible undisputed. But right now, I'm salivating. I'm losing my mind. The only thing I could think about is this undisputed. I have gotten so spoiled with these undisputed fights. It's ridiculous. And I, as a fan, I'm sure you guys have too. How could you not be excited? We watched Usyk become well, I actually seen Hopkins be undisputed. I seen Taylor beat Hopkins to become undisputed. I'm sure we've all seen Terrence Crawford become undisputed, and Usyk, and in just the last 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. The last 6 years we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 undisputed fights. 5, man. That's hellified great. Especially for me, that's like seeing your favorite team win the Super Bowl or your favorite team win the basketball championship. If you watch sports, I love the Chicago teams. I love the Bulls, the Bears, the Cubs, the White Sox, and the Blackhawks. I have literally seen every one of those teams win a championship. So to see 5 undisputed fights, that's awesome. 6 undisputed fights because Devin just took care of his business, you know, and I'm going crazy because I'm like, come on, Spence and Crawford, man, get this shit over the finish line. It's time for us to see this fight, man. I'm excited. I know you guys are excited. Don't make me have to start petitioning and getting things like that. Trey says, I'm not saying Boots will win. I'm saying it's more interesting for boxing if Boots gets a shot over Thurman. And I'm agreeing with you. I'm not saying Boots will win, but I am saying that seeing that he is the young guy and Keith kind of messed up his reign. I guess that's the best way for me to say it. I think Keith Thurman kind of messed his reign up by the way he took things. And yes, I know people going to say he got a chance to fight Manny Pacquiao. But the only way that really, really gives you points if you had to beat Pacquiao. You want to face the legend and beat the legend. You don't want to just face the legend and lose to him. Who wants to do that? Nobody. Now, I've said plenty of times, the only fighters that really say something about you ain't got, don't worry about losing the O is the ones that lost the O already. Or the ones that's fronting about losing the O. Yeah, Keith lost his O, and now he's easily saying, hey, I wasn't scared to lose my O. Yes, you was. Keith, you literally thought you was going to beat Manny Pacquiao. You literally did a song and dance about how short his arms were, that the little T-Rex arms dude couldn't touch you. What you didn't pay attention to is how he likes to dart in and out while he punches. And when he darts in and out, he likes to throw straights, jabs, and straights. And he caught your ass bagging up, knocked you down, and took that fight from you. That's all it really took was for him to knock you down. The rest of the way could have been pretty much a coast because you tried to step your game up a little bit towards the end, just waited too long and couldn't get over the hump. So I feel like even though he went the route of Manny Pacquiao, it really didn't help him like many people would have thought it would because he lost to Pacquiao. And then Ugas came through and swept Pacquiao. And I'm sure a lot of people look at Keith and Ugas and say, Keith is a better fighter than Ugas. I'm sure a lot of people had that running through their mind at the time. If I'm wrong, I'm willing to admit that, hey, I might be making a mistake. And I'll take that gladly. But right now, I'm just giving you my point of opinion and point of view of the situation. So, yeah, Keith messed his chance up by acting like too much of a diva. But I would like to see Boots get a chance because right now he's the hottest young contender coming up, in my opinion. I don't know about the other guys right now. They just not they passing the test. But I'm hearing people in the background say, yeah, Stanionis not quite that ready, what's the other guy named? What's his name? The Spanish name guy. I can't think of his name, but I'm hearing people saying that they don't really think he's quite that ready yet. So all I can do is sit back and say, hey, right now, Earl and Terrence Crawford is the number one fight I am waiting to see. I'm also waiting, which is so quiet, Usyk, and I'm ready for them to just get that out the way. Just hurry up and get that fight out the way. Yes, sir, in the house. Salute, my brother. He says, salute, MZ, and I'm saying salute right back. Glad you stopped through. Hit that thumbs up on your way in, and we're going to keep things rolling like we rolling. Ernest says, Big E says, Spence, Bud, Ugas, Boost, then Keith. That's fifth place. He talking to Gio Cole. I'm going to leave that one alone and keep it going. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more has fell up in the house. Peace, my brother, at Musically Zone Talks Boxing. Peace right back at you. Glad to see you able to come through. We just sitting in here. I'm just relaxing and enjoying the fact that Devin Haney went over to Australia, beat Kambosos, and Kambosos said he was representing two countries, the Greeks and the Australian people. He was like, I am George Kambosos, General, Emperor of the 301, and I will beat this boy, this kid. And did I mention that his daddy is not able to get into the country because, some kind of snot thing we got going on, got his daddy held up. They hammered in Devin and hammered at Devin and hammered at Devin, and he went out there and got his ass handed to him. That's what we're doing over here tonight. That's what I'm doing. And ringing the bell as loud as I can, letting people know, don't be believing what ESPN says. I'm so mad at Max Kellerman because this dude refuses to let the words undisputed and Devin Haney come out his mouth at the same time. I can't understand why, but it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends, introducing my partner, my homeboy social scientist, stepping into the building. What's up, my pooping Decane? What's happening?
What's happening, man?
Man, I'm just sitting here.
See everybody neglecting to jump on the homie panel. I don't know what's up with that, but man, here we are.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they neglecting. I think they just sitting back seeing that I done grew up a little bit. They trying to see how far I can hold things down by myself.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh, okay.
I'm letting them know I'm able. I'm willing. I'm strong. And as long as somebody get their ass whooped in boxing, I got plenty to talk about. Right now, I'm choking. I'm talking bad about George Kambosos and how they tried to dirty up and muddy the waters. They had good banter. I can't take nothing away from that because, I spoke on the fact that Ali did the same thing to Frazier, and he really lit into Frazier.
Right.
George Kambosos, he followed the playbook. I give him that. Some of the things he said was borderline. Some people call it dog whistles. I'm going to just say the guy that I needed for it not to affect, it didn't affect, and that was Devin. It doesn't matter how mad the fans got or his trainer or his dad or anybody like that. As long as Devin was able to keep his thoughts and his mental clear, and he went out there and did his thing. And I remember telling people, hey, I don't see no fear in Devin. I see a warrior in Devin. He one of those quiet warriors, the one that have songs and stories written about him, but you never really heard him talk. He's that guy.
Yeah.
You was about to say something?
Nah, it sounded like you was breaking up. I don't know if that was just on my stuff or with everybody else.
Oh, well, y'all let me know in the chat if you can hear us or not clearly, because it would suck for me to be having all this stuff that I'm saying and then not being heard clearly. That would just be terrible. And seeing that I'm glad you are here with me and you are one of the Bud people. What's the hold up with Bud, man? Why he won't sign the paper? What's up with the paperwork?
I don't know. Is it Bud or is it Spence? Who ain't signed the paper? I don't know.
I heard Spence come out and say that he did his part. He waiting on Bud to do his part. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, okay. So we don't know why your boy Bud ain't signed the or my boy Bud ain't signed the paper. Huh?
That's what I'm gathering. I don't want to just blame him like that, but the rumors that are floating around the rumor mill are that Bud ain't picking up the pen. Bud ain't willing to sign. I thought he was big fish hunting myself.
I don't know.
Maybe his boat got a hole in it. I don't know.
Maybe I don't like what's on the paper, man. We'll have to see.
And I could
I'm gonna have to holler at Bernie. See what? Well, Bernie probably don't know shit either.
Hey, do that for me. Find out what's going on, because Bernie's supposed to be his boy. Even Derek Bailey agreed with me. Say Bud holding up the whole situation. He holding it up, and I'm just putting a little flavor to the way Derek Bailey. I think Derek Bailey said, "Man, goddamn, Bud, come on, man, sign the paper. Ain't nobody got time to be waiting for you like this all day."
I don't know, man. Maybe his lawyer just looking it over right quick. We'll see.
Dang, it take a year to look over a contract.
It ain't been but a couple of months, have it?
I'm just saying, man. Time seems to be shooting by pretty fast. And where he get his lawyer license from? Captain Crunch box? Because it shouldn't take this long.
We got it from the Freedmen's Bureau.
So did you see did you see the Devin Haney fight?
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you see how? I don't want to let my questions be leading you, but did you happen to notice when ESPN put up that graphic with Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos on there as being undisputed?
Yeah, I saw somebody posted it. Yeah, that was weird because they never had the WBC. But some people arguing that they were undisputed because Loma never lost in the ring. But I'm like, the man vacated, so sanctioning body belts get vacated. That whole he never lost in the ring shit. That's a lineal argument. So
Yeah,
the sanctioning body belts they get vacated all the time, and Loma chose to vacate, so they never had the WBC belt.
Thank you, sir. A voice of reason, someone that I can understand, who has the same sentiments as I do. They tried. The argument has been made. I won't say they. I'll say the argument has been made because I heard Paulie Malignaggi, Paulie say that, and then there was a guy that came. I be messing his name up all the time, dude. I don't know why. I just can't say his name. But
Malignaggi, I got you.
Yeah, him. And there was a guy that came through earlier that was repeating his sentiments, talking about the WBC the franchise belt is like the super belt in the WBO, and I'm just not buying it for the simple reason Suleiman gave gave a clear indication of what that belt was to be for when they gave it to Canelo, and that was it's a destination. It is not a championship. It is to show appreciation and give to the boxer for his great accomplishments in the sport, and to allow him to try to make big fights.
Right, and plus Suleiman done said 4 or 5 different things about what the franchise mean. And 1 minute Devin a champion, 1 minute he not the champion, depending on who he talking to and all this craziness. So I can't trust the belt. The sanctioning body president can't even get it right what the belt's supposed to be. So,
well, the beautiful thing about it, the beautiful thing about that is now he scooped up both of them. Right. And Trey X made a great point. This is a 4-belt era, not a 5-belt era. So,
right.
I'm gonna go with what's original, and the original belt is the one I ride with. I'm hoping that Devin publicly denounces that franchise belt. Let them put them all back in the treasure chest and keep it there.
They just give it to somebody else.
Yeah, but unless it's a champion, how do you bestow the franchise up on somebody that's not a champion? Now, if they do something like that, I don't know. I might start watching boxing for about 2 weeks.
Right. 2 weeks.
I can't go no longer than that. I do. It's some fighters that I love in that boxing. So I got a tweet on my Twitter. Came across Deontay Wilder is getting ready to drop a song that he
He
mixed.
already dropped that motherfucker, I think. I heard a little snippet of it on Instagram. It sounds like what's that one song that's out now? Your boy it's called Essence by Wizkid.
Can't say that I've heard that, but I will look it up and
You
check it
probably
out.
have. You probably have heard it. You know, you probably don't recognize the name of it. But kind of sound like that. Got the same little drum pattern and whatnot. So
Okay, okay.
it ain't bad. I mean,
Well, he struck my curiosity when I heard that he produced it, wrote it, he did everything to it. Once I heard that, I was like, wow, I really got to check that out.
yeah, he said he
Trey,
learned to play piano. Look, took piano lessons when he was a kid or something like that. So,
wow, that's
yeah,
pretty big.
yeah.
Trey X says Devin Haney should do a video throwing the franchise belt in the trash.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, but would it come back to biting? Would they do him like they did? Was it really Bo who threw the belt away?
Yeah. Well, yeah, they probably tried to do it
You
dirty.
know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to see them try to mess over Devin down the line or scratch him off of their champion list or anything, because he has earned it. He's been
Well, I don't have
through
no
a
cash
lot.
on me. I can bring some back. Yeah. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Now Yasser said Trey X delegitimized that belt. You're right. I do hope he come out and put some step on that belt and let people know. Look, I got a good scenario. If the franchise belt was meant to be given to somebody who's done something great in boxing, why didn't they offer it to Deontay Wilder? That dude with the highest knockout rating when he was the knockout king when he was still boxing. If he comes back, he'll be still holding that title. But why not give it to him? And I saw Suleiman do an interview where he was like, you know, that question wasn't quite the way it should have been, because they asked that question after Wilder said he wouldn't even take the franchise. He don't want to be franchised. He want to fight everybody. So
Right.
Suleiman used that to his advantage. He was like, oh, but he doesn't even want the franchise, you know? So that kind of took him out the water. But my question would have been, did y'all even offer it to him?
Right.
Do you offer that belt to people, or do they have to ask for that belt? Because if you're asking for the belt, then you're looking for some witness protection. You need protection from something. If you pass, that's just the way it is, and let him tell it, let Suleiman tell it. That's not a belt that they just give out. You have to ask for that belt. You have to petition for that belt, which means, by no short terms, Canelo went to the witness protection program and asked for protection. I need protection from Charlo. I need protection from
And so did
Demetrius
Loma.
Andre. I need protection from them. Then Loma saw that it worked, and he was like, "Well, hell, I need protection,
Right.
because this Devin Haney character is all on me, man. He cramping my style. I need some protection, Suleiman." And Suleiman, being the guy that he is, the godfather, the pimp that he is, by taking all these people money for sanctioning fees, said, "You know what? I will grant you protection. I will grant both of you protection, and I will come up with some cheesy ass excuse to why I'm giving you this protection."
Right.
I don't see what great things either of those fighters have done that's great for boxing. What have they done?
Right.
Lomachenko in 16 fights? What has he done so great in 16 fights that make you say he should be a franchise champion? What has Canelo done but besides fight people that that you have no doubt that he's going to beat? What's
Right.
great about that? The belts are the franchise title was created to protect certain fighters that felt like they needed protection. And he's telling, oh my God, hold on for a second. And he's telling on these guys by letting you all know, hey, they came to me for this belt. I didn't come to them. They came to me. So with that being said, you know, it's a belt to protect you, and that. No more can be said about that.
Right.
Give me a hot second.
Yeah. I would jump in the chat, but shit, I'm on my phone in a minute, so y'all know how I do. But I hope y'all saw that anyway fight. That motherfucker is a true monster. I got him and Bud 1-1 as my favorite fighters now. Y'all discuss amongst yourselves.
No, I didn't get to see the Inouye fight. I heard you speaking on it, so
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to but let me know what happened. I know Donaire lost.
Man, okay. So anyway, dropped him in the first round with this little quick little right hand. And then he buzzed him in the second round like it was this super short little left hook. Put your boy on Quick Street like he was on Bambi legs, and then he jumped on him and got him out of there, man. But the way he was throwing this little quick left feint and coming back with a right hand, man, that shit was. He did it twice in the whole knockout sequence, and then, like I said, man, just got him out of there. It was some beautiful boxing, man. That shit was. It was. I don't even know how to describe it. Shit was just very exciting.
Okay. Let me
Yeah.
answer Trey real quick. He said, "How would throwing the franchise belt in the trash hurt his undisputed status?" It wouldn't hurt his status, Trey. I'm just saying, you know how people are nowadays, and I'm pretty sure Suleiman, that would hurt his feelings on some levels or another. And things, I just say the things that get kind of shaky. Don't do it like that, but let them know, hey, look, you can take this. I don't need this. You know, you can take this belt. This belt does not belong with a fighter that really truly went after undisputed. That belt needs to. The minute Devin won that belt, I would have been like, man, here, y'all can have this belt. This belt here is nothing to me. I didn't petition for this belt because I wanted to fight the original dude that had the green belt, but he ran from me. I'm just saying, you know, I'm looking at it in a way not to bring. I don't want to give anybody any kind of dirt to throw at Devin. I want his undisputed to sparkle and shine just like Charlo's is, and Josh Taylor's, and everybody, like how they got it is how they got it, and it's sparkle free. That's all I'm saying. I wasn't saying that it would hurt his undisputed status in no kind of way. I just didn't want it to put a bad taste in those that run boxing's mouth where runs boxing. I didn't want it to put a taste in their mouth where they start doing underhanded and sideways stuff to Devin. That's all I was saying on that. Say Trix. Oh, Eric Eric R in the house. What's up, Eric, man? Hit that like button. Glad you made it through. He talking to everybody coming in. He say, Trey X, salute family. Devin Haney, throw that belt out, and they'll probably elevate Ryan Garcia a Loma to this shit. Boy, that would be crazy because Ryan won't even fight nobody right now. It's hard to get him to even get in the ring. I was surprised to see him at the fight, dressed up in a tuxedo. I wonder where he was going after the fight to be dressed up in a tuxedo. He must have been going to a real serious shindig after the fight. They're going to be partying, just going at it. Eric Carr said, yeah, Wilder and Gary Russell should have been the first on the list to be considered franchise. Yeah, that, you know, if what you saying the franchise belt stood for, then yeah. But I don't believe, you know, like I just said, that I don't believe that's what it stood for. I believe that the franchise belt was just for what they did with it. Canelo did the best with it. He literally left the division. You know what I'm saying? He knew that he wouldn't be able to dance around in that division and keep missing those boys. People weren't gonna stand for that. So he literally left the division. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all the frauds that y'all put into the chat the other night, the man who receives all of those, and might I say, a champion over at Champ Ross, the first one out of Marlowe's corner, Trey X. What's up, bro? What's going on?
Salute, man. I had to jump on real quick because
About
I
time, man.
disagree
About
with you.
time.
But damn, I'm down here working on some boxing, man. Hey, all of these great points and shit that I be bringing up, them hoes don't come through osmosis. You know what I'm saying? I gotta work and break down these fights, goddamn me. But yeah, I disagree with you on what you're saying about Devin Haney. I'm not concerned about hurting the WBC. Who is that? Who got the franchise? The WBA?
No, the WBC.
Okay, the WBC. I'm not concerned about their feelings. They not Devin's friend. Fuck them. I'm saying if Devin did that, you know the negative impact that Riddick Bowe throwing his belt had on him. I think it would be the opposite, but in a positive way for Devin Haney. I'm talking about the boxing world to go crazy. And what I'm really talking about is the hardcore people. I'm thinking about people like Rummy's Corner. I can already see him making belts. Making videos talking about how Devin Haney took the franchise belt and threw that bullshit in the trash. We don't even know what the belt means. And this is the 4-belt era. This man is undisputed. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. And I just think that it would be like an overwhelming positive response that he would get from the public. I think that shit would elevate it. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody respect the franchise belts except for Canelo fans and shit like that. Overall boxing fans, and I'm talking about hardcore boxing fans, historians. I'm talking about Scrapbook. I'm talking about Hardline. I'm talking about Rummy's Corner. I'm talking about all of these people. They don't have no respect for the franchise belt. And they will be out there with the pom-poms on for Devin Haney if he threw that shit in the trash just on that photo op. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey, if you know there's so many old heads that do that Rummy's Corner and all them, hey, then I feel where you're coming from, and I feel your passion on it. But on the same note, I'm looking at the machine that runs boxing, and I wouldn't want to shake their asses up on the cause we shaking them up greatly right now by just taking they shit. And when I say that, taking their belts and beating up the so-called champions that they got named as champions, the guys that they placed in there. So right now, I'm on a mental type thing with them, but I feel what you're saying 100%, Trey.
But hold on, OG. So
yeah.
we don't want to shake them up, but they the same people that created the franchise belt. So Lomachenko didn't have to fight Devin Haney in the first place, right?
Yeah, but look where we at right now.
Up. Shake them up.
We shaking them up by taking their shit. That's the beauty. Exactly.
And that franchise belt, we don't need that belt. We didn't need that belt in the first place. You made that belt so I could get done. Let's take that belt and throw that in the trash. This the 4-belt era. Ain't no franchise belt. We don't care about that shit. Hell, I barely care about the 4 belts that you're supposed to get. But we don't focus on the WBC, WBA, IBF,
and
what's the other one?
WBO.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? Shit, fuck that franchise belt. That's what I'm saying, man.
Excuse me.
And then look. I think it's perfect because Devin Haney is the first undisputed champion here recently in one of the original weight classes. I ain't talking about no cruiserweight. I ain't talking about 168. I ain't talking about 154. I ain't talking about 140. We can't even trace back great fighters in these goddamn divisions. The average person can't. Except for 154, we can go back to Thomas Hearns and the body snatcher Mike McCallum and all them dudes. But hell, who the greatest cruiserweights of all time?
when you get to cruiserweight, you're right. You know
okay,
that.
What about 168? I know one. The dude over there in Wales that beat Bernard Hopkins now, Kawasaki. Name me some other great 168 pounder that you know.
And we can't really claim him to be great yet because we haven't really seen him face a bunch of adversity.
Well, we got to say that he's great as far as the accomplishments, though. I mean, he pretty much the face of the division, so I give him great.
Okay.
And then Bernard Hopkins, he went on to do some great things after he lost to Kawasaki. So I got to give Kawasaki credit for that victory. But my point is, it ain't a lot of great fighters and great history in that division. 140. I mean, we can go back to like Barney Ross and all them dudes, 3 division champions, Tony Canzaneri and all them guys. But it still was like it wasn't like they main divisions that they was fucking with. They mainly was like fucking with lightweight and shit like that and welterweight and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But lightweight, nigga, we talking about Joe Gaines. We talking about Tony Canzaneri. We talking about Benny Leonard. You know what I'm saying? We talking about some real deal history. I'm talking about Sweet Pete Whitaker. We talking about Roberto Duran. Like this is a real division. Like I'm talking about one of the original weight classes. And this man just went out here and got undisputed in that. We ain't had one of these undisputed since 2004 or 5 or whatever that was with Bernard Hopkins at middleweight.
Bernard Hopkins 2004.
Yeah, so for me, I hold this undisputed in a higher regard than all of them.
Okay. Seeing he doing it in his original weight class. He didn't have to go through the person twice. The first time he faced him, he took the belts. You know, he's still an undisputed champion, which everything about this championship was great. For him to go over there in the man's homeland and whoop him on his own turf and whoop him bad enough that, you know, it would be pretty much preposterous to cheat him and say he even stood a chance with something. Like I said, I didn't see the guy get one round at all.
I'm gonna say what's the corner. We gave him a 12.
Y'all gave him the okay. If I had to give him that one, I would give him that one, and my reasoning would be because Devin went on and got off the gas and pretty much just moved around the ring and didn't engage that much. So I can see how any championship would probably give you the 12 for that simple reason, unless the champion just pure mean and decide to whoop you all the way to the last bell. Now I can't
like Usyk over Joshua. Let's
right.
go ahead and put a stamp on this thing. You know
exactly. Let me just keep dotting your head to the bell ring. What's up to Marlowe's Corner? He said Musically Zone talks boxing. Salute, bro. I didn't miss you. I just, got my glasses back on my face and I can see what's going on again. Everybody saying salute. We got Ryan Garcia used to what's that? Treat the silver belt. Used to treat the silver belt like the franchise. He was the silver belt champion, wasn't he? We got Yasser speaking in. He said Devin should throw the franchise. Didn't I read that already?
No, you read that for me. I said it first. Now he's saying something else. So
okay, he should have the email belt, the real one, all the time. Yeah, he had the real one all the time. I've always said that. That's why they knew. What's his name? Cambosis let it come out of his mouth. The only way to be undisputed is to fight Devin. Teofimo Lopez let it come out of his mouth. Yeah, I won't really truly be undisputed till I fight Devin. Then and the franchise belt was already in play, even though they knew they had the franchise belt. When they first got interviewed and the happiness was in them, they spoke their truths. They knew what the truth was. I'm not undisputed till I face this dude. It wasn't until after they walked into the locker room and their daddies and their friends and their partners start getting in their ear. Oh, you're undisputed, mate. You don't even have to fight that guy, mate. Why fight that guy and he take your belts right away from you, mate? That kind of stuff. That's what I believe started happening. And, they got on their bicycles and started trying to have their little tours. It all break down the same way. Devin still get the same fights that he wanted. He got all the belts. And they got Lomachenko tied up in this situation. If things work out, they're great. Like I said, I'll put my money on Devin 10 out of 10 times. Hyphy in the house. What's going on? Hyphy, hit that like button when you coming in. And he coming in with the starting or something. He says, he talking to Yasser, but I got to eavesdrop. When Chance Crawford was with Bob, he was top-ranked Toby. When Devin gets with Bob, he's a big man. Their situations are totally different. If you're going to go with that scenario, we got the court open in this session and go ahead and rule on this. People called Terrence Crawford top-ranked Toby, which kind of sucked. That wasn't a good name for him. But they called him that for the simple reason the moves that were being made. Terrence Crawford wasn't put in a position once he got to the positions that he needed. He wasn't put in the position to have the fights that he was supposed to have. How did you not end up getting to fight Manny Pacquiao all the years that you were there with Top Rank? Certain fights that should have been made, they just didn't make. Devin Haney, on a different note, got a chance to see what was set up. He knows what's set up in front of him, and that's what he's working on. When the last fight comes up, if he decides to leave, then we'll see what happens. If he doesn't, then we'll see what happens. But yeah, he's a big man because he went into that water in order to get the belts that he wanted, that he also wanted.
For me, it looked like. Oh my bad, I thought you.
No, go ahead.
For me, it looked like Devin Haney, like made some sacrifices to get what he got. I mean, he ain't signed to no Top Rank or nothing, right? Top Rank just got the rights to his next couple of fights from what he signed, right?
From what I understand, yes.
Okay, yeah, that ain't unheard of in boxing. But as far as Terrence Crawford go, man, I can't even put no reasoning with that shit, like calling the man Top Rank Toby and all that. I ain't never do that shit. We ain't never do that on the corner. I ain't think the man deserved that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just answering the question because
I understand, but the people that was doing that shit, I didn't think that was no player shit. I mean, to me that's outside of boxing. Like that's some other shit to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's one thing like I done said a bunch of shit about Crawford, strength of schedule and all that kind of shit, but I never had the need to call him all that. I can analyze the boxing. I can analyze all this shit all day. I can even have an opinion about him not being with Top Rank to make some big fights without having to call the man all that. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought that shit was stupid, man. I just really, it made no sense to me.
Right.
I mean, the man carried himself like a fucking brother. I'm talking about he out there, a black woman. When I see him, I don't see him out there with white girls and Spanish girls and all these exotic looking bitches. He look like I be seeing him with a chick that look like she come from his neighborhood.
Yeah.
I don't see him out there walking around with no choker chains and looking like a faggot wearing these skinny jeans and all this kind of shit. I see him out there representing the black community very well. To be real, he out there giving back to the younger generations of fighters and shit. I think that's to be commended. So yeah, maybe you don't agree with his business moves. I don't agree with Andre's business moves, different shit like that. But I think overall, that motherfucker is a credit to the black community. He don't need to be called no fucking Toby. What about all these other sellout motherfuckers? They'll sit up there and praise them. They walking around with white girls and shit, but then call this man Toby. And then some of the ones that call him Toby probably got a white girl at the house right now. So
that's possible.
You
Yeah,
know
so
what it is.
Oh, my bad. What'd you say?
I said, you know what it is. You know how these niggas move.
What is it?
Well, I'm just saying, yeah.
No, I'm messing. You know, I get funny sometimes. But let me go ahead and hit this one. So Yasser and shot a slug at me. Hyphy, don't do MZ like that, like this.
I didn't mean to cut Trey Sermon off, man. Let the man, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm done with it, man.
Oh, okay. Not often that I get to hear him defend Crawford like that, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't said nothing that I ain't never said before. Don't I always give a man credit for you know, giving some guidance to Shakur and all the motherfuckers, bro. I say that shit all the time.
Yeah, you do say that.
I mean, I ain't never heard you was going off then though. You know, I ain't never heard you on your soapbox like that.
It just kind of made me mad just thinking about that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because to me, he one of the few ones that's in the public eye that's like that to me. Like I see an authentic type of guy. I still think he gonna get his ass whooped by Earl Spence, but I think he's an authentic type of guy. Like if I ain't got no kids, but if I had a son and my son say, "Hey, Dad, I want to be like Crawford," I think that's a good thing.
Right.
I would be like, "Yeah, son, that's a good role model to have." You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Right. Big E always say that Crawford remind him of the kind of cat that we would hang out with. If we were just to be out in the hood, he remind him of a hood dude. You know, he give you that sense of feel. So
he ain't got no pretty haircut with the blonde on top and all that old shit. And he got a regular ass haircut every time you see the nigga. He dressed like a regular nigga. Like he'll be out there in public. He'll see Shakur them. Then they start wrestling this nigga all on the ground and shit. Like the nigga is just like a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
I don't
is.
even know what to say. I can't. Even,
He just a regular dude. He just a
Yeah, I
regular
can't-
dude that happens to
Yeah.
be rich and famous in boxing.
You know
He
what
ain't trying
gave it
to be
away?
pretty and all that.
What gave it away when he was analyzing that fight tape with Teddy Atlas, and he was like, "Yeah, right there, I hurted him." I said, "See, only niggas say hurt it." Only
Just
real
got a
niggas.
little excited, man. Don't do that to him like that. Don't do that to him.
That's my
But
man, though.
so yeah, I'm glad you couldn't sleep though. Yes, I'm glad you couldn't sleep and you rolled over and fell up on the show. Shoot slugs at me from out in the corner like that. That's cold blooded. I tell you the truth, but I love it. Forgot your ends ain't. Oh, they talking to each other. I ain't got to go through none of that kind of stuff. I'm back on Devin Haney, Terrence Crawford, and Earl Spence. Did y'all touch upon D. Daenerys and did y'all? Yeah, we touched it a little bit, but social scientist touched on it. He was saying how in a way just put Daenerys out of there after he put those hands on him. I wanted to ask you, was that hook punch, was it anywhere around the ear?
I think it caught him on the chin. Hey, did you see it, Trey?
Yeah,
Man, what did you think about that ass whooping?
I mean, like going into the fight, I ain't really know what to expect because it was a rematch, number one, and I normally get them wrong. But I've been saying for a while, like what Donaire is doing is not supposed to be happening. You're not supposed to be damn near 40, go down in weight, and then dominate. It's not supposed to happen. I kept on saying at any moment, this guy gonna fuck around and show up and he gonna get old. And Father Time gonna show up and part of that is what I think happened. I mean, the punch resistance and shit ain't there. He said that the punch that he took was the hardest punch that he ever took, that first right hand that dropped him. He said that's the first punch. He said that's the hardest he ever been hit in his career over Nicholas Walters and all that shit.
He said he didn't see the punch coming too. So
But that's also gonna add to it then if it's a punch that you don't see coming. You know what I'm saying? But the punch resistance and shit ain't there, man. The Nui is a bad motherfucker. And then I like what he said. He said that when Canelo got his ass whooped, that motivated him. Because he felt like it's an opening for that top spot. Number one pound for pound. That's what he want. And he said he wanted to go out there and make a statement. And that's what he did. He made a statement. And out there whooping all kind of ass, man. I got picked the Nui on the Chan Ross, but I picked him by majority decision because of the first fight. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't too surprised when I saw that ass whooping, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right. I was excited. I was over here like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Like, nah. This man 40 damn there, bro. He's supposed to get his ass whooped like this by a pound for pound level guy.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
y'all totally sound like y'all got a tornado warning in the background.
Yeah, somebody that's MZ over there.
No, it ain't. The MZ ain't. The only thing, I ain't got no tornado warning. Shit, that's the computer fan blowing on it to cool it off a little bit.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing he can be at, because other than that, it's quiet over here. My family.
Tornado warning.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you though, I enjoy watching that shit in Japan though. I like how they do that shit over there, bro.
They crowd so damn respectful though. God, they shit sound like the pandemic.
I know, but I just like how that shit was, man. But I swear I was laughing my ass off when the Nui brother came out to that R. Kelly. I believe I can fly. Like the whole lead up to the song, like build up to the song and stuff. How it was all quiet. He got the nice music and shit, and it's dead quiet in there. Ain't nobody saying nothing. And I'm just like, man, this what this dude coming out to fight like how the fuck is this gonna get you fired up to come fight? You know what I'm saying? But it was what it was, man. He came out there and did what he had to do. He would have got the knockout for us on the Chan Ross. You know what I'm saying?
My grandmama used to love that song, so I don't know. I guess I see why it would be some sentimental reason. I don't know. That's
but
crazy.
For a fight though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To go have a fight, you gonna go out there to I Believe I Can Fly? That
Hey,
don't
man.
even
Hey,
that
different
don't
shit
fit at
motivate
all.
people differently, brother.
Yeah, I guess you're right because I know ain't no way I'm gonna go out there to I believe I can fly.
That shit was funny as hell, though.
It was. I was in here literally laughing, bro. I'm waking, baking and shit too, trying to get ready to watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? Me and my boy Yasser, we got us a bet on the fight, so I'm trying to cheer our bet in. And this motherfucker come out to I believe I can fly.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Yeah.
I tell you who made me mad was that damn Hiroka or whatever his name is. Cause this dude, he knocked the dude out in the 6th round, right?
That's the one
But
that came out to I believe I can fly.
is that him?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so he okay, I thought you was talking about Takuma.
Yeah, he was the one that fought first. I got mixed up in my mind.
Okay, yeah. So Hiroka, man. Okay, so they on the telecast, Andre Ward saying, you know, this is his chance to showcase and he out here boxing and playing around. So then in the 6th round, it's like he just came out there and like, all right, I'm ready to get rid of this guy. So after the fight, when they interviewed him, he talking about, well, I never fought in
It
front
started
of a
breaking
crowd.
up.
Oh shit. Am I still
I
breaking
hear
up?
you now. I hear you now.
Okay. After the fight, he talking about I ain't never been in front of a crowd this big. Wanted to be here as long as possible, but you know, in the 6th round, I figured it's time to just end the fight. I had picked him in the 5th round, so this shit made me mad.
I felt where he was coming from, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like he was better than his opponent, but his opponent was a little strong. He came to fight back. He didn't come just to collect the check. So
Right.
I didn't have no problem with him going out there and boxing the guy a little bit and breaking him down because he was going to the body. You know, he was investing the left hand to the body early from the southpaw stance.
Right.
And I didn't really have no problem with the shit. You know what I'm saying? And then after the fight, what he said, I respected that shit. You know what I'm
That he
saying?
wanted to be in front of the crowd longer.
Yeah, he said it's his first time he wanted to soak this shit in. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I ain't mad at him.
Yeah. I wish you just
That
would
was
have
like
soaked it in for 5 rounds. Help me out on the champ, bro.
I wish he would have took it in a little longer because I had KO 9.
Damn.
You should have reached out to him then. Y'all should have let him know what y'all was going through. And Trey,
Hey, but one more thing though before you go, OG, my bad, because this is on the same subject for
Mhm.
the same guy. They was talking about how he been fighting hard to gain acceptance from the public over there in Japan because he half black. I think he had black. His skin looked dark.
Yeah, he
but
looked like it.
they said he was mixed, and he been
Okay.
having trouble over there trying to get their acceptance. And after the fight, they was kind of cheering for him and shit. And I can tell that really meant a lot to him. Like he was really grateful to get their acceptance that night. You know what I'm saying? So I felt that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
fights and move like a brother too. That's funny.
So he was fighting for acceptance. That's a story I can get behind if you looking at where he coming from and he part of that culture, he trying to let them know, that story plays across a lot of lines. But it fits well in boxing. And to hear it go down like that, I'm glad he got what he wanted out the deal.
Hey, I hate that it got to be like that. But just the fact that he seemed like he appreciated the shit, that made me appreciate it. But I hate the fact that he even got to fight for no goddamn acceptance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, that's niggas all over the world got to do that.
Yeah.
It don't matter where you from. It just matter where you at and how deep that melanin is. And Eric R say that's better than I believe I can fly.
Well, you talking about they should have came out to that feeling on your booty. On
Wait,
that
what?
TP2.com.
I ain't seen or heard that.
You ain't heard that song, OG? R. Kelly?
Nah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to put a name in front of it.
I said TP2.com. That's the album it was on.
I wasn't paying attention to that part either. There was some clicking and shit going on in the background. Sound like somebody was opening and closing the door over there with social scientists. So I don't know what's going on over there. Yeah. So,
I had to make a late light run, man. Some shit popped up.
Hey, I need to holler at Chan Ross too, since you picking 2 fighters at a time and shit, nigga.
Hey,
that needs to be wrong, nigga.
That was an accident for real. Like, oh God, like I had old girl to win. I was all happy when I came in the Discord too.
Wow.
What you about to say, OG? If I had cut you off when I had,
I was going. Shit. I guess I ain't gonna.
Shit, look like that dope and got him.
I'm fighting it, baby. I'm fighting it. I'm jabbing like Devin. Get your ass back, dude. I'm so proud of Devin, dog. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, Devin held it down, man. He won us a bet too.
Didn't he? He held it down, and I was really looking for him to hold it down because I'm like, dude, Devin, I'm telling people I don't see no fear in you. I see the heart that they not seeing. I just realized, I just felt it in him, dude. And he went out there and he did not disappoint. And I believe his daddy showing up. This is just me. I could be wrong, but I believe his daddy showing up lessened the ass whooping that Kambosos was gonna take.
Maybe.
I truly believe that. I believe when Devin's dad showed up and Devin saw his dad, that put a little calm to him, because I really believe it, that Devin could beat that dude up. And I'm thinking that that's what we'll see if they fight a second time. I
think that's what Kambosos wanted.
You think he wanted what?
I think Kambosos wanted him. Yeah, if his dad wasn't there, he might have came out there and not showed as much discipline.
Yeah, because Kambosos, that's the reason he talking shit. He wants you to come and try to beat the brakes off of him.
No, okay, let me change that. Devin was gonna do that anyway. What I'm saying, I believe that because he was there, it let Devin didn't show us that real come out fight that I was saying. It still was a come out fight because he controlled this dude the whole fight with a jab, and then the way he kept pivoting him and spinning him, and you swinging at the air, falling through the ropes. You just look like a novice out there. You didn't look like you belong with that young man. As you called him, that kid, that boy. You did not belong in the ring with him. And he showed us that.
I think Devin fought the game plan that Bill Haney created. That's what I think. I think that's the game plan that Bill Haney wanted him to fight, whether he was there or not. Whether your dad is there or not, that should not influence your game plan that y'all sat down and came up with. So I don't think that influenced the performance at all. Just my opinion. I think that was a game plan. Go out there and fight smart. Go out there and box the guy, make it easy, work the jab. We have been talking about this shit. Go out there and put that jab on him. Every time you even think about doing something, put that jab on him.
The way Devin did Kambosos is the way Keith should have tried to do Manny Pacquiao.
But Keith is not a jabber though. Keith don't have a great jab. Keith Thurman, he let Sean Porter out jab him by a 2-to-1 ratio. And Sean Porter ain't even got no long arms or nothing.
Now, to bounce off of that, I just got to throw this at Gil Coles. Gil Coles, did you hear that? You can't let somebody be out there out jabbing you, because you know Earl jabs a lot. And I don't know if Keith want to deal with all that. Okay, my bad, man. I just had to throw that little commercial out there.
No, that's one of the reasons why I felt like Earl would beat him. Because Earl is one of the best jabbers in the game. Keith Thurman is not a traditional type of fighter. He an athletic type of fighter. He like to jump in with pot shots and explosive looking shit. He's not gonna go out there and work out the jab and set up shit off the jab. That's not how he fight.
Hey, I feel you 100%. I agree with you, because that's exactly how he fight. Like, that's how he knocked down old boy in that fight with that quick little jumping check hook. Like, I don't know what you would call it, but it worked.
Lead left hook.
Yeah, but he kind of jumped with it a little bit.
Yeah, they got them lunge and lead left hook type shit. There a lot of Bruce Ennis do it.
Is that like the Gazelle punch?
Gazelle punch is more like what Floyd Patterson knocked out Ingemar Johansson with.
Right.
Sometimes you'll hear it called the Gazelle punch. Sometimes you'll hear it called the kangaroo punch. You know what I'm saying? But it's more like a powerful type of shot. You know what I'm saying? The punch that these guys throw, for the most part, is just a score up and not really to hurt you. But you will see some guys like Keith Thurman that can, generate power off that shit and really knock you down.
Okay. But no, I'm not seeing Keith do anything to anybody right now, except I think he might as well go ahead and be a good commentator. He'll be a very good commentator. You know, he's very, very knowledgeable. But I don't see where he fits in right now with the landscape of the way the fights are set up. What's at stake for everybody? I just don't see where he would fit in at all.
He would be a great commentator. He would be even better if he had respect. Like, he done lost a lot of respect from the public, so that might take away a little bit. Like, people like Sean Porter commentating and shit because people respect him as a warrior.
Yes.
Keith Thurman, you're gonna be listening to him, but at the same time, like, one side of your mind is listening to his takes, the other side is thinking like, man, you was a bitch when you had the belts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not a bitch.
People, well, he kind of was when he had the belts. He was a straight diva, the definition. And people ain't gonna forget that. The people that was around watching at that time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know I ain't gonna forget that he was acting pretty divish. I said that in my monologue earlier. Yeah, I got a monologue now, y'all. Hey, Eggs, what you got over there in your roll up? What kind of green you got?
Oh man, I still been on these vapes that I was telling you about with the TACP, man. I told you, man, I'm about to put you on, man. That shit is on another level.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, that shit have me all over the solar system.
Yeah, I heard you talking about being on some moons over, being on one of the moons off of Saturn, was it, or Jupiter?
Yeah, we was off Jupiter.
Yeah,
we was on Europa.
I heard you speaking about it. Oh, that smells so good. So, shoot, I don't know what else to say. Keith needs to be the gatekeeper for all the guys who can't make 140 no more. I guess that's a good job for him. You can't make 140 no more. In order to be a bona fide 147 pounder, you got to beat Keith Thurman.
It makes sense to me because I'm the type of guys he want to fight anyway. Barrios is a blown up 122 pounder, really, but he came through 140. Riverside Rocky ain't no true 147 pounder. He a blown up 140, 135 pound type motherfucker. So yeah, them the kind of people Keith Thurman want to fight.
Say, look like Hyphy said he wouldn't even consider Thurman a contender anymore. He's not interested in fighting anymore. Any other contenders. I'm tripping. He's not interested in fighting any other contenders.
Yeah.
So, and he calling out the right names though. If it's gonna get him a belt, he'll scream that name out. But yeah, I agree with y'all on that. Keith is, you know, he done ran his run. He messed up his run, like he said, being a diva, not taking on the real fights. You lost to Manny Pacquiao. That don't ring as strong to me because you fought. I fought Manny Pacquiao. So what? You should have beat him. You really should have beat him. And
he was the favorite.
Right. And you let Ugas go out there. Ugas stole all your shine. Ugas stole your shine and your opportunities of fights because you let Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao.
Hey, that was God at work. Ugas deserved it.
Hey, I agree with you 100 because remember, I was like, earlier, Ugas was supposed to fight anyway. Ugas was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao because they were supposed to be settling the difference of who was the super champion and who was the regular champion. They was trying to bring those belts together. Yeah. So I agree with you.
I got a question then, because I be believing in that kind of stuff too. Like when I thought about who was going to be undisputed at 154, I was like, man, I think God in the universe want Charlo to be undisputed. He the one that's been putting in that work at 154, knocking off the contenders and collecting belts. So then I thought about 147. Who do God in the universe want to be undisputed at 147? Who deserves to be 147 undisputed, putting in that work? I think it's Earl Spence. What you think, DeCane?
I think it's the brother who you think is giving back to all the young kids and putting in all that good karma, brother.
Hey, but what about? Hey, but hold on, Earl is doing some of the good things like that too. Like you heard of Frank Martin, right? He over there
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Earl, and Earl is taking him under his wing.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
I see he didn't want to answer the question because he knows that Earl is the one that's been putting in that work, and he the one that deserves to be undisputed.
Well,
Yeah,
you
he
know,
see.
your boy Crawford, he put in a lot of work in previous weight classes, so you know.
Then we talking about 147 though. We ain't talking about all that 135 and 140.
Well,
We
you know,
talking about
God
147.
takes into account your entire life story, brother.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me just intervene real quick and say, quit blaming God for something they got. You know what I'm saying? I want to wake up tomorrow with all my hair still on my head, being able to speak the right language. Now I don't want no curse coming down on me because we slinging God's name around on something that I'm sure he don't have no care about. But I'll take the universe and say the universe is sending out good energy. And
Let me ask you
seeing,
this. Oh,
go ahead.
my bad.
Ask me.
I was gonna ask the Kane. Are you aware what Earl Spence's amateur record is?
Nah, you know you the amateur record guy, man.
It's 135 and 12.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you know what 135 plus 12 equals?
135 plus 12?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, get out of here, man.
That would
a
be
good one.
147, right?
There it is.
Yeah.
That man was made for 147. Like he was made to be a welterweight. He has literally never fought in another weight class besides welterweight. His entire career, he has either fought at 152 in the amateurs, which is welterweight, or 147 in the pros, which is welterweight. The entire time.
Ooh.
All of his work he put in has been at welterweight. This man and his amateur record equals welterweight.
Oh my goodness!
This man was born to be undisputed at welterweight.
Preach.
This man kicking some brother polite knowledge now.
Hey man, he just keeping it real right now. He just gave you some straight facts, man. He just bundled you up with some straight facts. He didn't hit you with the amateur record, the wins and losses together, come up to 147. He fought at 152 in the amateur. That's welterweight. He fought at 147 in pros. That's welterweight. In other words, ain't nobody coming into this weight class, which is welterweight, from some lighter weight, talking about beating up somebody right here. That's the big fish.
Well, you know what Bud amateur record was, right? 58 and 12.
Yes, sir.
So that means he wasn't even supposed to be here in the first place. So he gonna continue to defy the odds.
What that equal though?
70.
I'm gonna tell you though. I know why he was 58 and 12. I was looking at some of his amateur fights.
Okay, break it down.
It was hard for him to get separation, bro, because his defense is not the best. Yeah. Like he would have fights where he would he would land 3 punches on a guy, but the other guy would hit him with 2. You see what I'm saying? Or he'll land 4 punches on the guy, but the other guy hit him with 3, and then Crawford lose the fight. And he felt like he got robbed in the fight. But the thing is, he allowed the fight to be closer than what it had to be. The sport is hit and not get hit. Not hit the motherfucker 4 times and let him hit you 3 times, and then you get robbed after the fight. Like, so I just felt like he could have made his victories more clear. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He let that shit be too close. Because he ain't got the defense to close out the possession like in basketball, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? Close it out with a rebound.
Right. Or
close
it out by holding the ball from the other team.
Well, it's like Shakur said, man, Bud got a problem. He liked to fight. He always been like that. So I think Bud had to learn how to be defensive and not take a punch to give a punch and shit like that.
But Shakur saying that means to me that Bud that's like ingrained in him. It's almost like he can't control it, and that could be not good, especially in a fight with Spence, with the guy that I like. My favorite 147 pounder, the one that went and got all the belts except for one, him. Yeah. I don't think that would play good for him to to want to fight. Bud would literally have to try to box and hit and not get hit and use that ring the whole fight.
Right.
He can't let his mind lapse him into saying, "Oh, I could battle with Spence right here in the middle because I'm strong because I got a wrestling background." I understand you strong. I know you're a skinny strong dude. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. But this ain't about who the strongest. This is about who the most skilled and who gonna go home with undisputed at 147 pounds and add their name to the list after Devin Haney. Hopefully they get to fight so they could be the ones that's after Devin Haney. Shit, taking a long time to get there.
I'm gonna tell you something that worries me for Crawford in this fight. Crawford does his best work from southpaw, and I have saw. I know that Earl he lost 2 big amateur fights to some southpaws, so it made me want to go back and look at Earl against southpaws a little bit more. So I looked at him against Chris Van Heerden, who likes to switch southpaw, and I looked at him against the guy 16-0 with 7 knockouts when he was 9-0. The African guy, the short guy,
the one that buzzed it,
the one that buzzed him, Larte. I looked at that fight too. See, Earl, when he fights southpaws, he is gonna get he's gonna take some more of those what I call routine punches. Like when you get popped with the jab and shit. Like when you fight against the opposite stance, those punches don't be available very much. That's why, like, if you got a fighter that got a good jab, you switch stances, you will take the jab away from him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, if Crawford in the southpaw stance, all the lanes for all of Earl's punches are gonna be open. He can step in with the jab. He can throw a straight left hand. We ain't even seen the straight left hand for Earl in a while, because we ain't seen him fight no southpaws. But Earl has a great straight left hand. That motherfucker explosive. He can come back with that hook to the body. I'm talking about the lane is gonna be open for everything. And if they gonna be trading these routine punches, I don't think Crawford can hold up with Earl. Earl got a jab that'll break bones in your face. Like if you go back and look at Earl Spence's fight against Kell Brook, just pay attention to the jab. Don't look at nothing else. Look at the way the jab is connecting on this man's face. It looked like he's exploding through the man's face. It's a very powerful. Yeah, Crawford don't have a jab like that. I think Crawford's best bet to beat Earl is from the orthodox stance. That's my opinion. And I don't like him as an orthodox fighter. I'm not impressed by him as an orthodox fighter. So I think he's gonna get his ass whooped. I think he done overestimated himself. I think it's like Canelo. You think you just bad motherfucker, you want to test yourself. I guess that's commendable. But just understand, you're basing your greatness off of people that can't fuck with Earl Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about they can't even compete with him. Like you all these 140 pounders and 135 pounders and all that kind of shit. That ain't like you fighting Earl Spence to me is uncharacteristic. Like, this is the type of fighter that you have never fought before. And we supposed to be thinking that you about to make it look against him the way it looked against these other guys. Like, no. I think Earl done fought some people that was at least comparable to Crawford. Like when he fought against Kell Brook at 147, I think that was comparable to Crawford at this point right here. Like a young Kell Brook was about 31 compared to Crawford that's about 34 or something like that at this point. I think that's comparable. I still think Crawford is probably a better fighter, but I think that's comparable though. I done seen Earl in there with some skills. And I done seen him overcome skills, and I done heard rumors of him overcoming skills against Mayweather. And I know that Mayweather better than Crawford. So if whatever Earl does, it was good enough to make Mayweather want to throw his ass out the gym. So if he can be successful against a master class fighter like Mayweather, I think he can be successful against a classic guy like Crawford.
You got some good points with that one, and I got to give you that because whatever he did with Earl, he made whatever Earl did with Floyd. I heard that same story, but I heard that hell, it was Earl that told it. He was like he finished fighting with Floyd the first time, and Floyd was like, "You pretty good for a bitch." They got back in the ring and went at it, and the next thing you know, Earl was getting put out. out the gym. He was getting kicked out. Now, he didn't go out of there bleeding or hurt or anything like that, which lets me know that he must have been doing some real good work to Floyd in there. He might have had motherfuckers in there saying, "Man, he getting with Floyd. He whooping Floyd ass, and Floyd ain't trying to hit that. What? Not in my gym. Get your ass out of here. Get him the fuck up out of here." That's probably what happened. So yeah, you're right, Trey. I don't think Crawford gonna bring that kind of heat to the kitchen. I don't even think he like paprika. So
yeah, I definitely ain't gonna give him no IQ over no Mayweather.
No, I don't think I can give that kind of reign to any of the fighters that's fighting right now.
But stop Mayweather while y'all play.
Yeah, Mayweather, how old?
You don't even believe that shit, OG.
He'll stop 35-year-old Mayweather.
Come on,
what about? I'm talking about how about 135 Crawford versus 135 Mayweather, prime versus prime? Who you got?
I got Mayweather in the 135 fight.
No,
in the 147 fight though, I got Bud.
For real, you do?
Yeah, Crawford too weight drained at 135.
Okay.
Wait, what?
All right. How about the Mayweather that fought against De La Hoya? He was 30 years old in that fight against Crawford at 30 at welterweight. Who you got?
At welterweight?
Yeah.
Was Mayweather wasn't at welterweight in that fight, was?
Yeah. Well, was that 154?
They was at 150 something.
It might have been 154. My bad. It was 154 in that fight.
Yeah, because Mayweather wasn't really close to the 154 mark. He was kind of like hovering between 147 and 154 because he was like, "You let a welterweight beat you." Damn. Those was his words. I was a welterweight and I beat Oscar De La Hoya.
Look at Hypey. Hypey said last time he checked, resumes don't win fights. They don't win fights, but at the same time, looking at a resume can help you predict the outcome of future fights, though. You know what I'm saying? That's data. Yeah, that's data. Like, man, why would you disregard data?
I think that Bud versus Mayweather fight would be a good one, though.
That man defense is too leaky. I don't know what you're doing over there, man. You over there. What, you putting your groceries in the car from going to the grocery store?
Well, my bag, it ain't groceries, but you know.
It sounded like some kind of deal was just going on in the backyard or something. I heard all kinds of stuff in the background. I'm like, they doing a deal? You're going to have to watch Social Science. He was doing lives one night. Now he's doing back alley deal. I just want to let the people know that I have nothing to do with anything that's going on. I'm just a host.
Don't let MZ lie to y'all, man. He endorsed all that shit.
Hey, Hypey say Mayweather beats Crawford at 135. Crawford beats Floyd at 147. You out your goddamn mind.
Hypey is a very intelligent guy, man.
Man, stop it. I don't think Crawford gonna beat Floyd at any weight class.
Hell no.
Come on, let's be real. Y'all just gonna give Crawford the win after Floyd can beat up everybody that we done seen him fight. You just gonna pull Crawford out of a weight class and just say, "Oh, Crawford to beat Floyd," especially at 147, especially right now. How old is Floyd again?
Nah, not right now. I don't want to see Floyd fight nobody right now except for Don Moore.
Who?
Somebody might fight
Don
Khan.
Amir Khan.
You said that?
I heard a rumor about it, but I think they said if Floyd shot that down, that they really weren't. They not going to do nothing. But you know, Floyd could say that today, and tomorrow they'll be announcing him and Amir Khan fight.
Right.
I'll take Floyd over Khan.
Who wouldn't? Shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say who wouldn't.
Floyd might knock him out.
Yeah.
Khan willing to go to sleep for anybody.
Yeah, let's see. Fake another nut shot.
Trey Hyphy say, give them a summary of a fantasy fight between Paul Williams and Spence at 147.
Paul Williams and Spence at 147.
I think Earl will get with him because, all right, Paul Williams was a southpaw, right?
Mm.
So that's gonna open up the lane for that jab and straight left hand. He present a real big target. The body work gonna be open. He got a very high work rate and shit, but he ain't really like a one punch knockout concussive type of guy. I think that Earl will have a chance to go out there and beat him. I know that Paul Williams gonna bring that pressure, that Sebastian Fundora type of pressure on the smaller guy. So it's a chance that he can go out there beating him. Really, if you look into history says that Paul Williams will win this fight. Like if you look at the history of this type of matchup. But I do think that Earl is a special type of fighter. I really do, and I think he will be able to overcome that shit. I would take Earl in that fight.
Eric R said he'd take Earl in 6. Earl seems to be like, I've heard them say that Earl likes to fight too. Like they say Bud likes to fight. I've heard them say that Earl likes to fight. And that kind of fight will probably play right into his hands because of his high work rate, and he's quite accurate on the inside. He don't do a lot of missing on the inside. When he's outside, in mid-range, he might do some missing. But on the inside, he's very adept at going to the body and not just in the same spot. He hits the body in different areas when they up close and personal. So I would lean toward Earl, too. Anybody that's fighting him up close and personal, because I haven't seen anybody be as deliberate and efficient at working on the body like him. Don't tell me we ran Pablo Escobar, social scientist, off.
No, I'm still here, bro.
Okay,
I'm about to say, you don't hear that background noise? This nigga over here clicking and all kind of shit.
That's somebody trying to pick the lock and get out the trunk. If we start hearing some screaming or anything, I'm just end the broadcast instantly.
Stupid, man.
What fights we got? Y'all looking forward to this weekend?
Shit, I don't even know
what's work, so I got to listen to whatever y'all call.
Shit, what's on the schedule this weekend, man?
Edgar Berlanga fighting against that Angulo. I can't remember his first name. Roamer Angulo, I think.
Yeah, wrong.
He like what is he? 27-0. Well, 27-2. He been knocked out one time. He got 23 knockouts. And he coming off a year layoff. His last fight was in June of 2021. And he about to fight against this guy, Berlanga. I think Berlanga probably get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy coming off a layoff. He came in, you ain't got to make all that goddamn noise, bro. Like you just showing just straight disregard to the man live stream, bro. Put your ass on mute, nigga, when you ain't talking. This man is crazy.
I'm about to get out the car, shit.
You notice how he tried to blame me the first time? No, that's MZ. What? Come on, man.
No, you had the little fan in the background, man. You know
no, that was the computer fan. I hadn't did nothing. It just came on. Trey said, we got a tornado warning in the background. That shit came out of nowhere. There's internet tripping. He's kicking him in and off. I don't know what's going on with him.
What happened? Trey got kicked off?
No.
No, that was you.
It's gonna be a battle of two power punches this week, so we're gonna see how it turns out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at the schedule, man. See what's up. What card is that on? They headlining that card?
Yeah, they had Xander Zayas on the card too, but he had to withdraw. I think he got sick or something, like a non-COVID related illness or something.
Wow, it's been so long since I heard of a non-COVID related illness. For real, because at one point, remember everything that came down the pipe was COVID related.
Oh shit, man! This weekend, Trevor Bryan is fighting Daniel Dubois.
I can't lie and just say I'm super excited for that. What's the angle on that one?
I just want to see Daniel Dubois gonna move his head and not get jabbed up like he did against your boy, Joe Joyce.
Bryan got a decent little jab, I saw.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna win this fight though, but I didn't think that Lucas Brown was gonna knock out Junior Fa either.
Ain't nobody. Well, your boy Kangaroo Jack did, but
Ernest Davis did too, Big E.
What's that?
Oh, okay.
had Lucas Brown knocking out Junior Falk.
I think so.
Yeah, you came in and said he had a knockout in 10.
No, that's not what I was saying. I was saying that he had Devin getting the knockout in 10.
Oh, okay. I gave him props.
Let him have him just because, you know, he might did pick that. So we'll give him props for right now and we'll make a check on it and see what happens.
Damn, Boxer record ain't got shit on that card, on the Angulo Belonga card.
Eric I said that brother balling up plastic bags in the backyard.
Damn, I didn't realize Better Be Evan Smith was fighting the weekend after this.
Yeah, they are.
Damn.
Better be. How you say his name?
Better Be Ev.
Yeah. Who you got on that fight?
I got Better Be Ev, man.
It depends on where you from or how you pronounce it. If
Well,
you're from
the Russians say Better Beef. So
yeah, and the Ukraine they pronounce they shit with the EL.
Yeah.
Like Kiev. Like people in Russia be like Kiev, and then in the Ukraine they say Kiev.
Yeah.
We had a subscriber that was from over there. That's how I know that shit.
Oh, okay.
okay, see here's an interesting one on that Reactpor Turkey. They gonna have Chris Congo fighting Sebastian Formella. That's an interesting little fight.
Yeah, I was looking at that fight. Formella tough as a motherfucker, man. Did you see that fight he had against Conor Ben?
Yeah.
Man, Conor Ben was cocking them bitches back and swinging from the fences and landing that shit, and Formella was eating them out.
Yeah.
I still don't know how that man finished the fight without getting it stopped. You know they stop fights fast in the UK.
Right. And Conor Ben stopping some everybody.
Yeah, that motherfucker got 20-0 with 16 knockouts. You know, 4 out of 5 motherfuckers, he knocking them out 80%. And this guy managed to get through that. So his only 2 losses in Kane are Conor Ben and Sean Porter. Right. So I know that the guy pretty tough, man. I went on ahead and rolled with the other guy, you know, younger, fresher guy, because he only like 29. It looked like he naturally bigger than Formella, like a better athlete. But I do think Formella good enough to go the distance, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I got a question. Have anybody heard from King of Kings?
Yeah, he came through yesterday on the live stream.
Oh, okay. At least he's still alive. I understand that. You know, I was trying to see if he represented himself about that case that Gil Cole brought up against him.
Yeah, he said he's going to do the right thing and settle out of court. So we're going to see what's going to take place. You know what I'm saying?
Because I've been deliberating all week. Like, damn, this can't, do I have to send it myself and put out what you call, how you had those people calling your crib and shit? Say, man, you know, y'all owe us, you know you owe us some money, man. How you want to pay for that? You want to pay for that today?
Yeah,
right.
He said he's going to do the right thing, though, man. He said in 2 weeks or less, he's going to do the right thing. So we're going to see.
Okay, I do understand that part of the country have been going through some things. So
man, we ain't trying to hear none of that shit, nigga. Get the book straight and do the right thing. Because if that was the case, you should have made the bet. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm going to tell y'all something. Ryan Garcia paying that bet to Earl, that made me respect him. I can respect the man that pay his bill when he make a bet.
Yeah, but he should have paid it on time. He was late.
He said he was going to pay it the next day or some shit when he first made the bet.
But did he pay him the next day or did it take him 2 days?
However, it went, Earl seemed like he was happy with it.
Yeah, he got the money.
You know what I'm saying? I can respect that. He ain't wait as long as King of the Kim folks wait. Shit,
Yeah.
How long has it been since Wilder fought Fury? 3.
About a half a year now.
Nigga, it's been a while, bro.
It was in October. That's all.
Yeah, October. That's what I'm saying. October.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So
yeah, we coming up on a year.
Yeah, so Ryan ain't do all that.
But what if the information we got? They might be making a mistake. It probably wasn't their fight.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a fight closer. Maybe they just threw Wilder.
Nah, hell nah. That's the right fight. That's the right fight.
I'm just trying to help the man.
And while we do, Got love for our dear brother King of King. We got to keep the book straight, man, in the community. When motherfuckers drop bets, I don't want nobody having to question whether they gonna get paid or not. That's a big thing for me, man.
Hey, I feel you.
I ain't gonna say I respect Ryan Garcia. I'm gonna say, he did a little bit to recover from all this whole nigga behavior that he has committed in the recent past.
I
Well, I
think
do know how to
Roly.
compartmentalize. Like I'm looking at him in that arena as far as respect. I ain't saying I got respect for him as a fighter now, but
Okay.
as far as a man, I respect the man that pay his bill when he lose bet.
Okay.
Well, everybody respects the person that pay their bets. You know what I'm saying? You're not a welcher. As long as you're not a welcher, you good. Uh, Eric Carr said, Trey X, when will the picks get posted?
I guess he got to count him up, man, because he to his credit, he had the fights go through today, so he got to count him up and shit, man. It's a weekday, so I guess he got to find some time to do it. Normally the fights take place on the weekend, so he got plenty of free time. So whenever he gets some free time, I'm sure he'll count him up and post them.
Okay. There you have it, straight from Trey X's mouth. So, y'all got anything else y'all want to touch on? I'm noticing the time, and I don't want to go too far over. I think I think I hammered the idea of Undisputed being in our hands. And I say our hands, I mean like Devin and Terrence Crawford, Josh Taylor, because that's one of our favorite fighters. Bernard Hopkins Jr. This list right here, Undisputed, in the 4-belt era. We know who really is on there and who's not. And like I said, out of the people that's holding the belts, most of them are what? On the coincidental list, the list that you need to dodge. I wish Charlo all the healing powers he needs to get his back into a fighting shape. And I hope he get to do something where he can start making his legacy look like something. Because right now, he's looking pretty stagnant.
I be talking to you. How you say, Pecos Bill, what's happening with the Thursday evening show?
Thursday evening show? We never had a Thursday evening show. Have we? I don't even know what he talking about right there. But if you want me to start having a Thursday evening show, I could attempt to see if I can set something up, depending on how my schedule is set up. But, thanks, Hyphy. You make me feel real good. You want me to have 2 shows in the week? I'm going to surely work on that.
So do your thing. I've been thinking, man, I've been really thinking about this shit a lot, too. It's too much boxing knowledge around here for us not to be making money off this shit, man. Square business. Like, I think about me and Marlo channel. We'll probably never have 50,000 subscribers. Hell, at this rate, we'll probably never have 10,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna make no bunch of money off our channel. To be honest, it's a lot of months that we don't even get paid because we don't reach the threshold that's needed to get paid off of YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the way that we get paid off of YouTube is off of the donations, and we are 100,000 appreciative of the donations. You know what I'm saying? But it's still like a passive approach to things. Sometimes you got to go take some, and I feel like we know enough to go take something. Like we should be gambling at these motherfuckers, man. Everybody should have a website, or something that they have access to bet on these fights, and we need to get some money because
GamblersAdvisory.com, the free site. Oh my bad, go ahead.
that's another thing. Like he the one that run the game as far as making predictions and shit for betting on YouTube. Bro, I've been kicking that man ass for years, bro. When it's a big fight like Katie Taylor and Serrano, he got Serrano. I'm coming there talking about Katie Taylor, amateur background, woo wop. He dismissed my shit. But I'm gonna tell you though, lately he been talking about the amateur background. I think I done broke through on this bitch ass.
Yeah,
but I know pick for pick, he can't fuck with me, bro. And like just to be real, me and Yasser, we've been making picks. I done made 22 picks, bro, and I'm 17-5, bro. And one of the 5, I didn't even want to make the pick. All I did was mention the fight, and Yasser jumped out there and put the shit on the fucking parlay. So, but I still count it as a loss. Even though I told him not to pick it. I told him, don't take that one. Just take this other one. He picked it anyway, but I still count it as a loss on my shit. But still, nigga, 22 fights. And I ain't talking about favorites. I'm talking about 5-1. I'm talking about 5-1 underdog picks. That pick right there, that was Alan Babbage versus that Balski dude. I took Alan Babbage by decision. That was 5-1. Nigga, I'm talking about 2-1 odds. I got 2-1 odds that Richard Botsy will beat Spider Richards by decision. That was 2-1 odds. I bet 100 they gonna give me 200. Like, come on, bro. This shit is out there to be got. You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to start moving toward that direction. If you notice, I ain't even talking about the Chan Ross as much. Yeah. Like, nigga, I'm trying to get some money. Like, I like the Chan Ross. I respect it. And let me tell you something. The Chan Ross really helped me because Chan Ross is actually harder than betting. Like, on Chan Ross, you don't have no incentive for taking the underdog. The odds are the same, whether you take an underdog or a favorite, it doesn't matter. If you take an underdog at the fucking casino, they'll give you 3-1 odds. You're not gonna get that on Chan Ross. So the shit on Chan Ross is actually harder. So I'm like, man, we need to start putting our heads together. Let's go out here and get this money, man, for real. I don't know how I want to put it down, man, like how I want to go about this, but I am putting a lot of thought into it, and I want us all to get some accounts. And let's go put our game down.
Yeah. We can have a conversation about that. Y'all heard it here first on MZ Talks Boxing.
I done got y'all a couple times on that Champ Raw with some underdogs.
Yeah, you gotta make an underdog, man. Like when I won the whole thing, one of the picks that got me over the top was I took Carlos Adames over Derevyanchenko. Everybody took Derevyanchenko on the Chan Ross. They had him as a 5-1 favorite. Derevyanchenko was plus 300, and I jumped on there. Adames was plus 300. Derevyanchenko was minus 500, and I took Adames, and that was one of the reasons I beat the motherfuckers. So, yeah, nigga, you ain't the only person that'll make an underdog pick, my brother.
Yeah, I see.
Matter of fact, I just picked one last week and came up short. That damn David Papo fight, I lost by split decision.
You be having them stats. Shit, I just be looking at footage like, nah, that motherfucker gonna get beat.
I look at it all. Shit, I look at the eye test. I'm gonna go look at the CompuBox stats. I'm gonna go look at the box rec. I'm looking at the amateur background. Like if you know how to decipher all the information, bro, you can go out there and put you some wins together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the thing. Like when the odds makers, when they be making these odds, they be making it thinking about how the public is looking at the fighters. They not making the odds based on who they actually think gonna win. And those are the times that you can go take advantage of that shit. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
We'll put something down, man. Y'all motherfuckers get ready to get out some accounts and shit, man. Let's go get some of this paper.
What betting site you recommend?
I just jumped on Bovada, man. I didn't even know I was able to do the shit because I had like for me, I had a Chase bank account and I was able to make deposits and shit, but I don't fuck with Chase no more, so I haven't been able to make deposits. But now I learned that you can actually make deposits through Cash App and Bitcoin. So I made me a fucking Bovada account, nigga. I sent them hoes some Bitcoin.
Damn.
Yeah, that shit easy. Just make you a Bovada account, bro. They the most trusted website that I know. I got, matter of fact, my partner that come through, Mexican Mike on our channel, that motherfucker won like 30,000 in a poker tournament.
Damn.
And they gave him all 30,000 of it. So they definitely pay. You know what I'm saying? So they the number one trusted website that I know.
Yeah, I already messed with Bitcoin, so
I only done bet twice. I can't remember the name. Whatever one on the fight with Teddy Atlas, the one they be pumping up. Cause on that damn Bud versus Porter fight, I paid for the damn pay-per-view and I just bet enough to pay for the pay-per-view if I won. And so I won my money back for the pay-per-view and shit.
Okay, so you got the free fight.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on that. We can talk about that, chop it up, and I'm always willing to make money. Don't you ever make a mistake.
I don't know if I want to do a segment or what. I'm gonna tell you, Yasser though, Yasser good to work with because Yasser don't question nothing I say. Every since I gave him that first pick and that motherfucker won, and he was just locked in after that. Nigga, I tell whatever I tell him to pick, he go out there and pick that shit. But look though, it's been working. Like me and this man, we done tripled our initial investment already. And in 2 weeks we tripled our initial investment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why he listening. Shit. Hey, I say, man, go out there and make this pick. It be a motherfucker that got 100% knockout ratio. And he'll go out there and pick him by decision. He don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, sometimes I'll be wrong, though. I ain't gonna lie. I done got 2 of them wrong. The Kane, he talked shit to me about one of them. That was, Janovic, when he went out there and knocked out Danny Dickey.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was one of my 5. And another one of my 5s, I took Morrell fight to go over. I thought they could go over 5.5 rounds. And he went out there and got stopped the dude in like 4 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So I get them wrong every now and then, but I've been getting a lot more right than wrong though. Like,
Yeah, if we was working together, man, I'd love to let you know when the motherfucker gonna get stopped though.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's gonna be some times though that you gonna think that, and it's not gonna be like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like one of the ways that I have been staying in the top 10 in the Champ Ross is figuring out them times when everybody think it's gonna be a knockout, and I know it's gonna be a decision. That's one of the things that keep me in the mix. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. You know, I can't expect to win all the time, but shit, you giving me a good over 80%.
No, you ain't gonna never win nothing all the time. And I don't even know if maybe I'm on a magical carpet ride right now. Well, maybe this shit is not gonna last. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But for right now, it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
If you know your shit.
Yeah. If you work your system and you know what you're doing.
This ain't like the luck of the draw type of thing for the most part. I mean, there's some science involved. You know what I mean?
I thought about it. I said, man, what would happen if you get a guy that got a YouTube channel in boxing, and then you make him start making picks? Shouldn't you be able to win some? If you got a boxing channel and you talk boxing every day, shouldn't you be able to win some bets, or do we have to say that you don't know what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, see, I mean, like that should be a requirement to have a boxing channel. You gotta do good on the Champ Ross and shit. If you come in so low, then your boxing channel should get revoked and shit. Like, no, this nigga had 50 this week. No, you can't make a video this Tuesday, motherfucker.
Hey, they gonna have to take my nigga D-Lo channel then. My nigga D-Lo, boy, I don't know what's going on with my nigga D-Lo.
The voice of reason be busy, man. He be trying to do stuff. You know.
Bro, it ain't that busy, OG. It don't take but a good 20 minutes to get your picks in. You know what I'm saying? It don't take that long. You ain't even gotta look the fighters up, man. You ain't even gotta watch them. Just go look at the fucking box rate. You know what I'm saying? You can make picks off that. My nigga went from being in 6th place to I don't know where he at, man. I think he like in the 50s right now, like real shit. That's my nigga. God damn, went from top 10 to not mention at all.
Oh my god.
What that nigga say, your bodyguard verse went harder than yours or some shit.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said.
Your bodyguard verse harder than yours. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That nigga got the subscribers whooping his ass over there. You know?
God. Damn.
Wow. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Hey, we got a few exceptional subscribers like the Kane. The Kane beat me. But I'm just saying, it shouldn't be just all the subscribers ain't supposed to.
And let it be known, I started late. I missed the whole day in this motherfucker too.
Come on, man, we ain't gonna put no cables on it like the D-Lo say.
Hey, it's just a fact.
You missed one day, but it was only like 2 or 3 fights, bro.
Hey,
you know, man. Yeah, you know.
No
I might be first and shit if I got them 3 fights right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you might be first if you ain't picked the same fighter twice on the same card. Like,
oh man, come on.
Hey, but you got action that going out there getting first, so go out there and go for that shit. But hey, I'm gonna let you know, I ain't done talking.
That Mark, you ain't far behind me. Like you might have surpassed me this week because you got I think you got one knockout in the correct round and shit. So.
I did. I got one bonus, but
Yeah.
I fucked up last week, and that really hurt me. And this week I fucked up on the first 2 fights. I literally had the 2 winners, but I had changed them, and that fucked me up. David Papo in the first fight, I took the other guy because he was taller, rangier, fought the better people, had the amateur background. Whoop wop, whoop wop. He went out there and lost a split decision. And then the next fight with that Eli Conkey, he fought that Tarjan or something like that. And Tarjan should have won the first fight. All I saw were highlights though, so I thought I was being deceived. And I went on ahead and took the guy that won the first time. But Tarjan was the person to pick, or Tahan or something like that.
Yeah, Tahan, I believe.
Tahan, and he went out there and rightfully got his victory.
Yeah.
Knocked his ass out in 2 rounds.
Yeah, because I was on this app called Fight Zone or some shit like that, or Fight Nation, Fight TV Nation, because I was trying to catch that down. What's them 2 went Morton and Arsenio or whatever. But I caught that fight. That's how I knew who won it so quick. But yeah, this boxing shit get expensive, man.
Yeah, I can say Lisa Bales has a great boxing brain. She's always in the top 10 of Champ Ross.
Nah, she ain't got nothing but that Geneva Warren.
Yeah.
She got some. Yeah.
I saw her getting some picks wrong, though. Gaining on her ass.
Yeah, she ain't perfect. She ain't infallible. Nigga, I got them all up there. I'm watching.
Marlo say, I don't do nothing anymore but pick off they records and still too good. And still do good to be picking underdogs every week. I stay in the middle. Way to go, Marlo. Way to hold it down, because Trey said you be staying in the middle. We talking about going from top 5 to where is he?
Well, I give him credit because he be on the upper side of the middle. Because if it's 60 something people, the middle in the 30s, and he be in the high 20s, 22, 23 type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. It's just that when you get back down to 63 and 65. I don't know. And I know D-Lo was down there for a minute, because I was talking to somebody who was down there themselves, and they was like, man, I saw D-Lo down here. I'm like, what? Not D-Lo voice of reason. But I ain't going to shoot slugs at him like that.
Hey, do you be noticing my man Eric Kelly? He don't never pick like the round. He just picks stoppage or decision.
So you over there studying niggas picks and shit over there stealing picks, nigga.
I don't steal picks. I just be looking, because I put my picks in, then I read everybody else after I put mine in.
Yeah, but you was pretty specific with that one. You was like,
Yeah, Eric Kelly, he used to box. Like, Eric Kelly's a boxer.
You talking about the one with the eye?
Yeah, him.
He be in the Champ Ross?
Yeah, he on the Champ Ross.
I ain't know that was that name.
Oh, so that's DK. Is that how you been getting all these good picks and shit? You been picking.
Now, half my picks, I be against the grain with a lot of my shit.
Man, come on. Hold on, though, OG. We got to keep all this in perspective now.
Let's not act like this man ain't got some robbery decisions that went his way. Like when
he picked that motherfucker John Pascal, and Pascal went out there and lost 8-4.
He got his ass
whooped. The fight. They gave the man the fight, and DeCane was the first person in there saying, "Hey man, I picked Pascal, but I don't know how he won that fight." You know what I'm saying? That's one of them.
But them points though, baby, I take them.
Shit, that Luis Melendez against Eduardo Ramirez, I ain't forgot about that one. That's another one.
Yeah.
When that thing got a gift. And it was at least one more too. I can't think
of. That's another fight that he had. Everybody was like, how he picked that fight?
Luck. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and
it was another one, but he also got an addition by subtraction, because he was gonna take Delphine Persoon to lose.
Oh yeah, I was.
Yeah, but that fight got pushed back, so we ended up not picking that fight. Yeah, and that McCallum chick, she went out there and got her ass whooped. So that was another loss, but he got lucky because he avoided it. So let's not act like this man ain't had some luck going on around here.
Hey man, hey listen, man, don't hate on the brother when he got the hand of God on his life, man.
Hey man, we giving you nothing but congratulations. I just want you to understand that when the hand is removed off your shoulders, when Crawford and Spence get in the ring, don't take it personal.
Hey, that's just one pick, brother. I still be up there.
Ooh,
No, that's
boy,
gonna be
you
the
gonna-
pick
yeah,
of
that's
picks,
gonna-
though.
Oh yeah, for real. Nigga, you
That's
ain't
the
gonna
pick
repent
of
of that.
picks.
That's
We
gonna
might
be
not
the
talk
day
to
you
you for about.
unsubscribe.
We might not talk to you for about like 2-3 weeks. You might just sit in the background,
Now,
all
y'all ain't gonna
curled up.
talk to me because I'm gonna be clowning y'all so bad at the Earl get stopped. Y'all gonna be hiding this shit.
No, I'm gonna still be right here. I'm gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna if I don't worry about no lashes coming my way because I just don't see it happening. But if I have to take a lash, I can take it. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
I'm gonna have to do the lives myself, man. I'm like, I don't know where Trey and now MZ at, man, but I'm here.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I can't even see. I can't even see that. That's bothering my eyes. It got my shit burning right now.
He don't
All
see
watered
that
up.
shit.
He
He
don't.
just done dug in, OG. That's all that is.
He doing like Ryan Garcia did. I hope this is what's gonna happen. You gonna see some bitcoins this way.
Yeah, he been talking noise all this time, so he might as well just go and stay dug in.
I'm telling you, my man Bud gonna surprise y'all.
Only thing he could surprise me with is he get knocked out and wake up.
That's gonna surprise you.
Yeah, that'll surprise me if he get like knocked out and you know. I hope they don't have the 3 knockdown rule. So like when round 6 come, he get knocked down. Round 7 come, he get knocked down. Round 8 come, he get dropped again. I'm looking for him to get dropped for the last 6 rounds.
Yeah.
Just pounding it. Cause Bomac gonna tell him, oh, he can't fuck with you, and it's gonna mess around and put him in that mindset. I'm finna stand here toe to toe and looking at them if they both mirroring each other. If Terrence Crawford fighting a southpaw, yeah, I can see who gonna out jab who.
Crawford don't want to fight, man.
Yeah, I'm asking who gonna out jab who.
Crawford don't want to fight, man. That man ain't been going after these type of fights his whole career. He just want to say he got ducked and shit before he retired, so they can put that on his legacy. Like he was undisputed and all that shit. His strength of schedule wasn't worth a fuck, but he got ducked. He got avoided. So we gonna put that on his legacy. That motherfucker don't want to fight, man.
Well, you know, they created a whole side of the street, man, over with Bud.
Stop that.
Man, stop
Because
that bullshit.
what's his name? Timothy Bradley. He let that very same statement come out of his mouth at why he didn't fight Earl Spence.
Yeah,
He used that same statement.
Like you
and
said,
it
he
ain't
was on
like
the run.
and it ain't like it ain't been separation with Top Ranking.
And PBC.
Yeah, like come on, man.
Remember, Top Rank and Golden Boy, didn't they try to sue PBC and run them out of business because they was paying the boxers too much money?
Was that why?
Some bullshit like that.
Damn.
But the reasoning was dumb. It was so dumb that I was like, dude, how'd y'all even get? Why would they take that into court?
So they was saying PBC was ducking they fighters too.
Well, Golden Boy and PBC used to work together because Floyd and Oscar's hate for Floyd fueled a lot of their fights and their money. So it was a smart business deal to go into business with Oscar De La Hoya because it's the Golden Boy against Floyd. Even with with the promotions and stuff, it was always Oscar De La Hoya funding some fighter to beat Floyd. If you look at all of Floyd's last fights, a lot of those boys was Golden Boy promoted.
No, okay.
Oscar was going in the pocket. Oscar was doing like Ryan Garcia. I'm willing to pay somebody to beat Floyd because I couldn't beat him. I'm willing for anybody to beat Devin Tank. I don't say Shakur Stevenson because, like I said, they don't really call him out like that. But Devin and Tank, they was calling out a lot. Now they're trying to pay somebody to get those boys out the way. And now Devin is king of the hill, top of the pile. He numero uno. He the man. All roads got to go through him. I can understand Tank can still poach money because he's a proven pay-per-view commodity. But at some point, the horns will start blowing, and they'll be like, "Dude, we don't want to see Tank fight nobody but one of these champions." And since there's only one champion at 135, what you gonna do? He can poach off Lomachenko. He can poach off Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? They can still; those are still both sealed. But at some point, he's gonna have to look at Devin. He gotta look at it. That's my thought about it.
Okay, so the results just came up for this week on the Champ Ross.
Okay.
See, I'm number 5.
Okay.
You don't say my shit out loud, Mark ass nigga.
All right. I wasn't even gonna do you like that, man.
Nah, go on, tell me where I'm at.
Are you sure you want me to say this, man, out loud? No, I'm saying you at number 4. You at number 24 with 4 other people.
God damn, number
24.
Yeah.
And you said you at 5?
Yeah, I'm at 5.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
Marlo at 25, or 28 with like 5 other people. Geneva Warren, damn, she low this week. She at 22.
Damn, man, that was a week I had a chance to gain some ground on that motherfucking ass.
Mark James Knowles ain't even high this week. He got Jesse Aguilar, like some unheard of motherfuckers at the top this week.
Jesse Aguilar, that's the one that won last season.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a champion right there.
Okay.
Oh shit!
I ain't seen him all season. Shit.
I know he been in my. I was looking for him. God
Yeah.
What y'all gonna do about that? Well, social scientist DeCane doing pretty good. He in 5th place. So
I fucked up a couple of weeks ago when I changed them 2 picks. Well, I can't say one of them because I'm gonna go with the amateur background. But when I changed that lower pick, that really hurt me a lot. Because I would have got 2nd place last week. That would have gave me 7 points with the bonus. Yeah, that really hurt me.
Is Marlo? Major Key Boxing, is that a Marlo's Corner subscriber?
Nah.
Okay. What about Knockout Boxing?
Nah.
Okay. Damn.
They all competition.
Well, I'm representing us in the top 5 then.
Marlo said it's a lot of people.
Where you at overall?
I don't know. He ain't posted overall shit yet.
He might be here. How many points did you beat the top guy by? Mark James Knowles.
Well, hold on, let me go back.
That's all that really matters.
And while you count that out,
I got 130. He got 122. So.
Oh well, you only got 8 points on him.
Yeah.
That's still good.
How many points I had?
112.
112. So I was only 10 points behind him. Yeah. So we was all bunched up together then.
Yeah.
As far as the points go. So yeah.
Who playing tomorrow?
Who playing tomorrow?
Yeah, Hyphy said who predictions for tomorrow night NBA game? Isn't it Golden State and Boston?
Yeah.
Shoot, I don't know. I don't know who to pick. I heard there's been some good games. I heard they've been surprising each other.
Wait, D-Lo Boxing, that's D-Lo 404?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, he had 115. He is number 60.
Yeah. But as far as the basketball, me and Yasa, we dropped us a little old bet on the Celtics and shit. They was the underdog and they was getting the odds, and they actually got the better numbers in the significant areas. Well, the areas that I hold significant anyway. They had an edge. And one thing that I liked about them is that they had a good home road dichotomy, and I know how to calculate that shit. So I knew that they had a chance to go steal a game in Golden State, and they went out there and did that in the first game. So that flipped the odds in their favor. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as this game right here, it's kind of hard to say because the numbers actually favor them being on the road. It's slightly, but it's a slight advantage for them being on the road. So that's one reason why they only 3-4 at home in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
built for being on the road.
So I think anything can happen in this game. I think they can go out, they can beat Golden State, because Golden State is -5 on the road. They +5 at home, -5 on the road as far as the home road dichotomy. So as far as a team like Golden State, you take them at home and you fade them on the road. But I wouldn't want to fade them against Boston, though. I don't really trust them at home. So I don't really know what's gonna happen. But I do think Boston gonna win the whole thing, though. I won't be surprised if it's in 6.
Okay.
Yeah, they keep coming.
I gotta ask Big Bro who he riding with, because I couldn't tell you nothing about the basketball games, not anything.
I ain't got nothing either. All I did was go look at the stats. That's all I did.
I feel you. Big E say, where y'all see that at? He talking about the Champ Ross results.
I was on the Facebook joint.
Yeah,
Fantasy Boxing Predictions League on Facebook.
He didn't put up the total.
Nah, he didn't put up the. Nah, not the total stat. He just got the week season, the week 8 stats.
Yeah. God damn, man. I got to get back in the top 10. I probably done fell out the top 10 more than likely.
That boy DeCane say I'm in number 5. I'm in the 5th spot right now.
Yeah.
Just for this week though.
Hey, but 5 is for a week. That means you outboxing for a round.
I mean that you firm in the top 10. You just got to gain some ground on Mark James Knowles, because he out in front of everybody by like 50 points.
Yeah, that motherfucker there.
But you got 4 weeks to go get him.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
I got 4 weeks too to come spoil something, nigga.
Yeah, champ, I'm waiting for you to regain the title or something. I'm waiting for the next Marlowe's Corner champion to be crowned.
I'm gonna tell you though, OG, I think it was fate. I think that I got what I was supposed to get out of Champ Ross. Champ Ross was to get me ready to bet. I'm telling you, man, because like I had moments that I could have took over in this season in Champ Ross, but I always made the wrong move at them times. Like I would have the right thing, and then I would change it. But all that shit led to me betting. I think this is what I'm really supposed to be doing. Like the Champ Ross was to get ready to go out here and hit these motherfucking casinos.
So you finna turn into what's his name from the Casino movie, where you could just pick the bets. All I gotta do is ride with you.
Hell yeah, man. I'm trying to do something for the channel too. You know what I'm saying? So we can all do it together, man. I ain't greedy. If I feel like I got an angle, shit, we can all eat. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you 100%.
Square business. But that don't mean that I'm just gonna let y'all just get away scot-free on this Champ Ross. but I'm just saying though, I think I was getting pushed to this betting.
Okay.
Because just the way it all came together, it just seemed a little too perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Because for a second it sounded like you was getting ready to retire from Champ Ross. I thought you was finna just go ahead and say, yeah, I'm stepping down from Champ Ross.
It has crossed my mind. And the reason that it crossed my mind is because when I start doing the betting breakdowns, I don't want to be looking at everybody as competition. Because right now, I can't even say what I want to say, because I'll be like, man, I'm competing against these niggas. I'm not going to give them everything. I got a boxing channel. Like, you know, I'm a co-host on a boxing channel. So I'm not about, I got to talk boxing. But I don't be wanting to give everything, because I don't be wanting everybody to know my shit. But
oh shit, that's my bad.
So man, I might have gained some ground on that Champ Ross this week, because I was number 4 overall last week. Okay.
Nah, nigga, you ain't gained no ground. You gained 8 points, nigga. We done already figured that out.
Yeah, but the 2 in front of me, they dropped a lot.
Fuck them, nigga. It's about number 1.
Yeah, so I might be number 2 or 3 in the overall shit this week.
That's cool, but you gotta catch Mark James Knowles.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, nigga.
That motherfucker like 40 points ahead of me.
Oh, nigga, you can make that up in 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that nigga gotta do is go to tripping and slipping, and he can come right back. Yeah, nigga, the season I won, nigga, I was down 30-something points to Nick Harmer, and Nick Harmer a pretty good competitor, nigga. And I walked his ass down because I'm Walker, Texas Ranger. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing.
I gotta catch Mark with this left hook.
Yeah. And come back with something too, nigga. I admire your work.
Yeah.
What this nigga MZ done win, man? I'm about to jump off and go get me something to eat.
Yeah, I'm finna go to bed. I gotta get up early and shit.
All right, OG, I'm about to go ahead and jump off if you can hear me.
Oh, so y'all said everything y'all need to say to the people? I had to answer the phone real quick. One of my brothers was hitting me up. But if y'all have said everything y'all need to say to the people, I'm going to say I appreciate you guys coming through. So have y'all said what y'all need to?
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me on the panel, OG. You know what I'm saying?
It's
I
always
really didn't even mean to get on and get to talking this goddamn mind. I really just wanted to get on and talk about Devin Haney throwing that belt in the trash. But, you know, the conversation always good. So I ended up staying and chopping it up longer. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate you. Appreciate everybody came through in the chat and stuff, come through and support OG. That mean a lot. Salute to my boy Kane putting it down on the Champ Ross, even though he the beneficiary of some corruption and shit, but it's all good. Salute to my boy Marlo down there. And we're gonna do something this weekend more than likely, man, on that Belonga and Romer, Alexis Angulo or some shit like that, man. So y'all just stay tuned. But salute to everybody. I ain't gonna talk you to death.
Hey, you doing your thing. You got something to say to Kane?
Yeah, man. I'm finna start setting my channel up. If you didn't come on tonight, I was gonna do a little test run on the live. I might have to ask you how y'all do the live and everything, because my shit didn't look like it was all the way correct. But y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because I'm gonna have some content. Might not always be boxing, but I'm gonna have some interesting shit going on. The damn nigga gonna cut the music on me like the awards and shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Y'all.
Yeah,
that's not. Hell no, that's not what happened.
Wrap it up, B.
No, hey man, y'all make sure y'all go to the Kane channel, man. No, that's not what happened at all. The music just came on by itself. I don't know what happened. I was just singing too. But I'm gonna say thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and play We Stunned, and I'm out.
All right.
One, two, we got that heat for you. 3, 4, you really want more. 5, 6, dropping nothing but hits. 7, 8, wait. We gon' do it. 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 We gon' do it.
I hear they out there looking for me. Tell me where they at. Been out here for a second, man. I guess that was cap. Got myself a bag of flies, about to make a cash. Niggas talking about the jury, man. I'm on that real estate. They don't pop their pussy for niggas that they don't know. I'm all into the spots, pussy popping for show. Niggas getting upset and I can see it in their face. I'm in my chill mode. Don't make me have to catch a case.
1, 2, we got that heat for you. 3, 4, really want more. 5, 6, dropping nothing but hits. 7, 8, wait. We gon' do it. 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 They tell me I'm belligerent when I'm inebriated. I tell them that I'm calm, but they always want to debate it. I get hella faded and niggas act like they hate it. Up and pass, nigga, bitching about how they do it. I got my drink and smoke, I'm laid back, feeling elated. Looking in the sky while my pupils is dilated. Check my lotto numbers from earlier, cause I played it. Then I hear my song on the station. They got me to be made it. 1, 2, we got that heat for you. 3, 4, you really want more. 5, 6, dropping nothing but hits. 7, 8, wait. We gon' do it. 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 We gon' do it.
I'm from the dirty south, yeah, we getting money too. Don't give a fuck about what these other motherfuckers do. I'm from the city that is wild as the fucking zoo. Houston, Texas, we ghetto boys and we bang too. Shout out to the south side and peace to the north too. Southwest, we in this bitch. Ain't what it do, I take off like a Houston Rocket. Got bros, not partners, all my little cousins. So choppers on such a rock star. These hoes love me, instantly we start vibing. They see me being a full-time player, you just part-timing. I'm lit like a big more heat than a furnace, light 'em up with the quickness like my big brother Ernest. Doing my thing, hit my Dougie on these niggas. Bubba Sparks, hell yeah, it's getting ugly for these niggas. I'm so Texas player, parlaying on another level. Success is my best friend. I've been through setbacks and failures. And tell you those ass friends, they can get it too. I'm on my grind, called state of the art, fool. Yeah, snap back, on backwards, on tilt. My nigga, I'm so cool. Flawless victory, oh, tell them what they do.
1, 2, you got that heat for you. 3, 4, 5, 6, nothing but hits. 7, 8, wait. We gon' do it. 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 We gon' do it.
Y'all know what it is. We out. MZ Talks Boxing. Holla at you next Tuesday, 8:30. Holla.